Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Level
There it
Unlock
is.
Podcast, episode 51.
51 of these. That's a lot.
51 weeks
Turn down
in a
this
row.
music a little bit.
Nope, not in a row.
Yeah,
Remember
we
took that week off.
we took 1 week off, but for the most part, 51 weeks. Crazy,
For a few
insane. I love it. I like it. Welcome everybody. Quick shout out, actually, to the 137 people on our Facebook, our 62 people on our Instagram who have come into our lives and liked the podcast over the last 2 weeks since we made those, actually. So thank you for that. Mike Richards utilizing our email service, so I appreciate that. I won't go into much more detail other than that, but you're actually...
Stick that in your fucking taint.
He's actually on my stream right now, so that's why I had to give him a shout out for utilizing the Level Unlocked at email, Level Unlocked Podcast
Level
at
unlocked
Gmail.
at email.
At email.com, yeah. At gmail.com. So thank you for giving me some premature tips for life. I shared that with the group and we all fucking died laughing. So thank you for that, Mike. I love you. Miss you, sir. Hope you're doing well. But how's everyone doing? How's everyone doing this a week, gentlemen?
I'm doing.
Good.
It's
Just
fucking cold.
It is.
It is.
It was only 75 degrees here today, so.
Shut the
Oh
fuck
man,
up.
holy! Shut the fuck up.
Bro, yesterday it rained
Brr.
ice so hard it hit me in the eye 9 times before I walked into work.
Dipping
Ouch.
dots were falling from
Yeah?
the sky.
Yeah,
Straight
Dippin'
up.
Dots were falling from the sky.
The worst.
What's the weather
It was
like there,
painful.
Schroeder?
Shit.
It's like 70 degrees, blue skies.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Aw.
It's not suck.
It's gonna rain on Monday, which sucks, but well, tomorrow. So
Oh man, that sounds terrible.
it is. It gets cold when it
You know-
rains here. It gets like 60 degrees.
Aw.
Oh man, that's
Shucks, poor
terrible.
you. It was
It's the
raining
worst.
ice death yesterday.
It's
We
the
got a
worst.
bunch of snow today, but I guess it's not as bad as 60-degree rain.
It could be worse.
Asshole.
Trevor had to leave early to get his car out.
Really?
Man.
Yeah, Jacko sent him home like 10, 15 minutes early so he could shovel his car out of the snow in the parking lot.
Mhm.
Well,
I'm sorry.
no.
Hey,
No, you're not.
Any
So nothing's
consolation,
really
though?
Arctic.
last year it snowed for 25 minutes here for the first time in 25ve years.
You guys shut down
Oh,
roads, highways,
man.
everything?
So
Yeah, everything's
even though he
shut down.
hasn't, even though he hasn't been there long, he's been through the worst weather
Exactly.
Arizona has to offer.
Yeah. The whole
So-
city closed. It was
Wow.
not a good
Whole
time.
city.
It was not a good time. So I'm right there with you guys.
Oh man, however will you get your DoorDash now?
I know, it's depressing. Hey, I haven't
I'd actually
ordered it
fucking cook.
in like a week and a half. I think I'm on a streak
No?
here. It might be actually more than that, yeah.
You're getting notifications from your DoorDash just being like, "Yo, you okay, dude?"
Yeah, they're like, we're
You
losing a
lied.
lot
I
of
heard
money
you
from
in a little
you.
while.
Like, we're losing a lot of money from you not ordering from DoorDash. Hello. Yeah, no, I haven't ordered in a minute, so I'm excited about that.
Nice, good for you. I was thinking about ordering DoorDash today because I didn't feel like getting my car out unstuck today.
Yeah. Me too, but then I remember that they charge like $10 just to deliver it to you. So I'm like,
Yeah.
it's too many bucks just to deliver it to me.
It is. It is a little
Yeah.
expensive, but I'm fat and lazy, so. So,
Okay.
start. So, Nate, how's your week going? Anything new special?
We're starting off with me, I suppose.
Yeah.
Not really, other than I finally understand why Schroeder stayed awake one day until like 7 a.m. just doing stream shit because I spent 7 hours working on my second layout because this is my first layout. This is the podcast one, and then I have my gaming one for this theme, and then my other theme is the one I spent 7.5 hours on, grinding away. Mind you, I grinded away at that one panel. Took me probably 3 of those 7 hours. Everything else was pretty. It was the
Boy.
in-game one. The in-game one you have to get so perfect. Everything else you're kind of just like, whatever. This goes here, this goes here. But I am super OCD about my shit. So if everything's not centered perfectly, I redid it probably 30 times. I'm not even gonna lie. 10 times per hour. But
Christ.
other than that, Not a whole lot, honestly. Been playing some games. Last night was pretty fun. Played some good old tabletop sim
Yeah, we
that we
did.
haven't
That was
played
a
in a
hoot and a
while.
half.
That was a good time. We need to do that more often. I feel like we forget that we have tabletop.
Yeah, we did. I didn't even come up. Were you just like, you want to play Tabletop Simulator? Like,
Yeah, I was
sure.
looking
Yeah,
at my
pretty
folder
much.
of games and I was like, anyone want to play tabletop sim?
That works.
Because I that's another thing I did. I put everything into a folder across the top of my screen so it's as clean as possible. Because I'm tired of disorganization and shit, so I just try to make everything as linear and neat
Enjoy it
as
for the-
possible.
For the 20 minutes you have it set up, and then
Mm-hmm.
goes to shit on you again.
Yeah,
That's how it do.
been playing
do.
some good old 5M. We didn't play much this week. I don't feel. It feels like we played less than the week before.
Probably.
I don't know.
I think we played more this week than we did last week. We played 2
I
days
don't
this
know.
week.
Yeah.
Maybe. Well, no. Last week
Well,
we played.
you
like,
got to
only
consider the
3
one
times.
day that we played, we didn't really
It was
kind
kind
of
of
role
a
play.
shit show.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
wasn't really role playing, unfortunately, because there were
I know,
so
we were
many
just
people.
running around.
That just took a while.
Yeah,
The planes blew up a lot.
everybody, and I feel more focused on trying to get where everyone else was at
Mhm.
instead of focusing on the role playing. So that's why, like, kind of
Hey
like,
man, I tried to role play as hard as I could.
no, you
Oh,
did
yeah,
phenomenal.
Jimmy Noodles,
The
attorney at law.
Dude,
You did
that-
very well.
yeah, you did
Jimmy
really
Noodles,
good.
Attorney at Law LLC, the third Esquire.
Like, hey, you died. Do you need an attorney? You need legal
Do you
advice?
do you need legal assistance?
Yeah. Every time someone died or blew up. Yeah, you did perfect.
That case is still open. We'll have to, we'll have to consult about that. But yeah. Other than that, honestly, I haven't done a lot. Played just got my Elgato finally. So I've been. I didn't have that last week, did I? I don't think so.
No,
No.
and
No. Okay. So yeah, I
You
got my
started on Monday.
Elgato finally. Played a game called Call of Cthulhu. That game was fucking lit. For anyone who is familiar with my streams, even a little bit, the first game I played was a game called Canarium, based off of the Mountain of Madness from H.P. Lovecraft. And this is all of like the Cthulhu lore from H.P. Lovecraft. It's a lot of fun, like little detective thriller kind of game. It's a really good one for sure. The only thing that bothers me is it's a French title, so the
Bonjour.
dubbing is kind of terrible. But
Bonjour, ça va?
that's whatever. Other than that, I woke up this morning with a really weird kind of pain in my arm.
Well, that's not good.
Which
So,
arm?
It's this arm. Let me
So the right one?
explain.
Okay. All right. So it's not.
I have
That's not as bad.
a weird super soreness right here. I have a weird soreness going down here, and then on the back side of my arm too. And I don't understand it. It's in certain spots of my arm. So I kind of chalked it up to like muscular degeneration, and I'm just dying.
Yeah,
Not again.
probably.
Oh, no.
I
I
feel
have
bad.
no idea.
You said you weren't going to do that anymore.
I know. I'm trying.
God telling you to stop getting tattoos. He's like, fuck
Bro.
you.
Yeah,
I'll
you're
tap
one to
the
talk.
shit out of my
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, other than that, not a ton. I ordered myself a new keyboard today.
Nice.
Good.
I'm really excited for that to come in because the keyboard I'm currently using does not suit me anymore. It's not worth my time anymore. If I could, I'd just unplug it now.
It's not worth my time. This fucking peasant keyboard.
It's a fucking membrane keyboard that like I thought was fine, and then I really played with the
Your membrane
G815. I don't know if anyone's familiar with that keyboard, but the G815 is super fucking nice. It's very reminiscent of like the old school Apple chiclet keyboards that were just like super low profile. You tap it, it's done. Like, and like it's the reaction time is so fucking quick. It feels like a month pressing down my spacebar on this thing. But yeah, that guy, I'm excited it comes Tuesday. Other than that, just working, hanging out. Yeah, not too much. Playing a little bit of Ark when I can. But yeah, that's pretty much been my week.
Good shit. How about you, Mark?
Nothing too crazy. Similar to these guys, I've been playing a bunch of Grand Theft Auto 5 on our 5M server, as well as Ark, building some walls so we don't get attacked all the time by raptors. Also, with that, I made a update server for our Grand Theft Auto 5 server. So, long story short, our current Grand Theft Auto 5 server has all of our stuff on it, but it is kind of out of date. So, in order to update it, we need to like update the framework that it's all built on, but there's like major changes that break a lot of things. So I have to pretty much make an entirely new server and then test things individually and then add them that way. So I've been trying to do that in my free time, as well as yeah, that's pretty much whenever we're just like talking and stuff. Like I'm working on that, and then late at nights I've been working on Python compression and conversion and all that sort of stuff. Just trying to keep active. I also put out a YouTube video sometime this week of us playing Call of Duty. It's pretty shit, but I did something.
No, man, it was good.
Nice. Hell yeah.
It was good.
I've also been streaming a bit more. I played StarCraft 2 on Monday, like I planned to. I think I streamed a little bit of 5M at one point. I'm not exactly sure, but I mean, it's a step in the right direction. One's better than nothing.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Good shit. Sorry, I was
I'd
watching
like
a-
to play some more fucking Modern Warfare. I got my Elgato like for that because those custom games we play can get really intense and a lot of fun.
Yeah, James.
Yeah, me.
There
Looking
just
at
needs
you.
to be more customization.
Yeah, I feel that.
There needs more custom in the
Once
custom.
once Forge drops, I feel on Halo, I feel like we're gonna
God,
play that quite a
can't
bit.
wait.
Oh, I can't wait.
I cannot wait.
Have
Yeah.
fun.
Forge mode's the best.
Hmm.
Speaking of Call of Duty, I forgot I have a list later. They finally officially released the top selling games of the decade. And
Most of them are Call of Duty.
Call,
Spoilers.
Call of Duty's made
Most of them
made
are-
the list a few times. So
I'm sure.
Six out of the
that's
10
a bunch.
times.
How about you, James?
Well, I didn't really do too much. Like Walker did. I started playing Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Dragon Ball Z Carrot Cake. That's been a trip. I'm going to talk about more when Walker gets back and probably talks about it. But that was that's definitely a thing that I'm doing right now. I beat Fire Emblem.
Hell yeah.
Hey,
I fucking
you
beat
did?
Fire Emblem. I didn't get the true ending where I suck Claude's dick, but I beat it nonetheless. So that's
You
one
tried.
game that I could throw off to the side for now. Now I just got to do three more runs.
You have to beat that game 3 more times.
3 more times because there's 4 paths that you can take.
God, this game sounds ridiculous.
Do you have
Yeah.
to pick a different main each time?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And then they are also coming out. I need to play the DLC as well. I need to buy the DLC and play that too, which they're adding a new DLC, which I think I have on the docket. At least my stuff. So that's gonna be fun. Ordered some new headphones because these ones are starting to get a little jank. And a little jank. I mean, like, oh, they shouldn't really do this.
Yeah.
They're starting to fade a lot, and it's just. I mean, these were $50 headphones. They've served me well, but I
you
got
go.
me a big boy pair of Sennheisers now, so that should be coming on Tuesday. Can't wait to listen to Carmel dancing on loop for 10 hours with those just to break them in.
Hell yeah.
And Justin RPG. Can't forget about Justin RPG. Went and saw a movie with Nate.
Yeah, we did. I forgot
Called-
about that.
Yeah, called Weathering with
guys-
You.
You
It's a
good?
really good anime movie that we're
It
going
was
to.
so fucking good.
We're gonna
You went
talk
and
at
saw it?
length. We're gonna talk at lengths about it
Mm-hmm.
during our anime corner one of these days when we bring that back.
I'm
Okay.
free one of these days. We'll talk about that later.
We'll talk about it after the podcast. We can do it. Yeah. Other than Fire Emblem, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, and movies, that's really it. And then same with you guys playing some stuff in 5M and tabletop sim.
What did you say your review on Dragon Ball Z? Go in depth with it or no?
When we'll talk about what you're talking about it.
Okay, that's fine.
I can explain my thoughts
Got it.
on it.
What about you, Shrodes?
Yo. Yeah, man. Super busy week. I played around with a little bit of modding, a little bit of editing. Messed around with the overlays a little bit. This one I tinkered with a little bit more. The overlay for this one. Looks like my watch party randomly stopped working or something. Got a watch party going on for the show. I started inviting people to it. But yeah, just trying to figure out things, man. The GTA server is going to be a lot of fun. We just need to get people on it, bros. Like, the 5M server is going to be a good time. And I got plenty of items to keep us busy until Mark does whatever fucking magic he's got to do to this other server he's working on. Like,
biggest thing is role playing.
Yeah. I was talking to Aimrite about it, and he's like, yeah, it's cool you're making all these like little side quests for us, but like, really the fun is running around together like a bunch of fools.
Cops and ambulances, because you can't fucking rob banks without cops, so.
Right, yeah, there's a lot of stuff you can't do without the cops.
And that's a big part of the game, is that.
Yeah, I can't be an attorney at law without without people getting arrested.
Exactly. So there's a bunch of that. Like we were talking about how we used to play on another server, and we got in legal hot water on the server because we kept littering. Because we had a promotion going on where we gave people clipboards. So we just handed out thousands of clipboards. So like, just the general role-playing side of it, running up and randomly talking to people is usually what makes it pretty fun. And then also we got the ARC server that we've been working on. And I'm probably going to not spend a whole ton of time messing around with the GTA modding side of it because it's
frustrating.
There's a lot to it.
I spent a whole night. I spent an entire night last night trying to figure out why this code that I've written before was not working, and I was comparing it to like 4 other codes that do the exact same thing, and everything looked perfect.
Yeah,
but it wasn't working. Like half of it would work, but then I'd get to half of the thing and then it wouldn't work anymore. And I'm just like, what the fuck? So ARC, I know how to use that a lot better. It's a lot easier. It's just simple INI files. Like, I'm gonna go step down a level until. Mark, do you think the new framework for it is like easier to tinker with on the back end?
Not really. It's the same. Yeah. Well, like
it's
for
take practice, man, doing that shit.
I don't know.
It's
all computational programming. So like, if you want to render something, you gotta pretty much just do if statements the entire time. It's like if there's not something here, then render this. Here's the size. Here's the color. Then create the actual object. And then for that, you got to check if the player goes into it, and if the player hits the key, and then if the player hits the key, do this, then this, then this. It's all logic, so there's a lot to it.
Yeah, there is a lot of if statements, and other than whatever.
Yeah, I'm trying to teach these guys how to do it. It's all work in progress.
Yeah, I can't wait till I can make the advanced ones. Right now, I can just copy and paste and like compare and make little subtle changes that will do a thing, but often don't. Actually, they often do something. Often break whatever I'm working on. Makes me so mad because it was working fine, and then I'm like, I would have changed the name of what this is to something else, and then boom,
everything dies.
Everything broke. Server crashed. Game over. So there's that whole process. And then, like I said, so on the ARC server, I got a couple fun ideas for some adventures. I need to talk to you a little bit about it, Kitsune. I need a partner in crime to help me build out some of these little side story arcs that I kind of want to.
I got you.
That I want to do. It's good. My Madre is actually hanging out on the Facebooks. Thanks for the heads up. She said my mic sounded like poop. So
no swearing, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like double chugging. I don't know what it is.
You hear me twice?
No.
On the Facebook thing.
I don't know what double chugging means.
It's weird. So like it sounds like you're like compressing in and out consistently.
Is that the? Remember you were having stream issues the other day? Is it the same thing?
I don't know. I brought the mic closer and turned up the gain a little bit, so maybe that was it.
Turn up that gain.
Yeah, a little bit. But other than that, not a whole ton. What else is there to talk about? I think that's really it for the most part.
Good
Yeah.
stuff.
No, that's about it.
For myself,
My news for the week.
obviously GTA. Didn't play Ark this week because last time I played Ark, I fell off my pterodactyl because I froze to death and couldn't find myself. Which
So
Mark
did I.
actually found my pterodactyl, which I meant to ask you, how did you do that?
After the same exact thing happened to both of us.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I got fucking wrecked in there, and then pretty much went back and like I don't know. I tried to find it once and then died again, got all my shit, and then was like, all right, I'm gonna go back to base, get prepared. So I did that, said fuck it, grabbed a dragon, then just went up there and found your bird first. And I was like, holy fucking shit, found this.
That's awesome.
And then it took way too long to find my bird, but I eventually did. And
Would my body wouldn't be that? My body would have despawned when I logged out, right?
I think it's like after 30 minutes or
Yeah,
something.
after so
okay.
long.
I was like, well, maybe there's still a chance. Find my stuff. Nope. Oh well.
No.
Yeah, I didn't play that. I got to get back on it. But yeah, I tried for like 30 minutes to find my self and couldn't find it. So it's whatever.
It
Yeah.
was pretty wild.
It's a little disheartening that when that happens, especially after you've done like a big thing.
Yeah.
Like we just got done getting a whole bunch of what was that stuff?
Clay.
Sulfur.
Oh, you guys got. Oh yeah.
When Walker died, it was the clay, and then when we died, it was the damn sulfur. But we got it.
Yeah, because Mark
Yeah.
made it through, and then Dale made it through. I'm like, oh, I can fucking do this. Didn't even get halfway and dead. I'm like, no. I try to quickly turn around, and then nope, that didn't work. So, we did
Game
get.
can be so heartless sometimes.
I don't know, right? Me and James got Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
That game looks so freaking cool. It looks like you're watching the show.
What it is?
Yeah, that one there.
I don't know, man.
It honestly, if
I
you've
don't know.
never,
I thought it was great.
if you've never never played the game, if you never watched the TV series, in reality, if you play this game, you've watched the show. You're not just gonna pick this game up and be like, oh, I wonder what this is. Let's try something new. But
Right.
Oh wow, Dragon Ball Z. What is that?
What is this?
That sounds exciting.
that sounds like an awesome game. I can't even say the character's name, but let's figure it out. But
Wonder what happened to Dragon Ball 8 through Y.
yeah, that's facts. But it literally, like, other than the side quests, it's pretty much, I think, verbatim, for the most part, literally the TV show.
Really?
And yeah,
How far did you get? How?
I beat Raditz, and my body went to Snake Way, and I started. I got to Gohan where he finally is able to free roam but can't fly. So after he becomes the giant ape.
Okay.
So not that.
That's when I tuned in when you were flying and fighting that thing. Oh no, I tuned in a little bit before that.
Yeah, and then flying around, and then I fought the giant ape. But yeah, literally, it's when Piccolo in the TV show, he gives Gohan a sword and 2 apples.
He manages to materialize clothes and a sword.
Exact same thing he does in the game. So it's so far, other than obviously the dialogue, but there is a ton of dialogue and a ton of scenes.
It is simultaneously. It simultaneously removes the filler and gains the filler at
Yeah.
the same time. It gains different filler. Like, okay.
Yeah, the side
So
quests.
Here's a spoiler, Walker. Here's a quick spoiler. You know the whole thing where Goku goes to the home for infinite losers or hell?
Yeah, when he falls off
Where he
Snake Way.
Yeah, where he falls off Snake Way, or the whole part where there's that succubus that tries to suck his dick, but he's like, ew, gross.
Yeah, the Snake Way chick,
Yeah,
who's actually a
that's
snake.
not in there at all.
Well, that makes sense.
You just skip right past it. I was disappointed. I wanted to go to the Hiffle.
It's not in Kai either, though.
I
So
wanted to go to the home for infinite losers.
I think this is more based off Dragon Ball Kai. Dragon Ball Z Kai.
It's based off the manga. More than
Where Dragon Ball Z in general is 257 episodes. Dragon Ball Z Kai is 123. That's how
That
much
removes all
filler
filler.
That's how much
Jesus
fillers in Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah,
That's
it's
ridiculous.
just the meat and potatoes.
130
That's it.
episodes is eliminated, going from Dragon Ball Z to Dragon Ball Z Kai.
It's fucking madness.
Yeah, it's
It is.
unreal.
It is. I honestly do not know how Babby Me was able to sit through it. Sit through all 280 episodes. I have no idea how.
One episode at a
Yeah.
time.
Mike Richards says flying around collecting the orbs reminds me of Superman N64.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it kind of does. But at least the controls are better. It's pretty solid control-wise. The combat's very basic.
Yeah, I'm
They
happy
get a
about
lot
that.
of-
It's because
They get a lot of things they get some things wrong in this.
yeah. But like I like the combat though, because if you ever played other Dragon Ball Z games, sometimes you have to do like the left, right, up, down, A, B, and then it does like a Kamehameha
Yeah,
wave.
it's a fighting game.
It's other than this,
That's
you
how
literally
fighting games work.
yeah, but
It's a weird style of fighting game. It's like a fighting RPG, like an action RPG kind of.
Yeah,
And
to me, you can't have those type of combos because of how many moves each person knows. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So I like this. I like the basics where it's just like punch. You have the key Kai, however you want to say it, and then you have R1 or L1, and then you have your special attacks. To me, that makes it so much more simple.
the only thing that makes me worried with this was made by CyberConnect 2. They're helping out Square make the Final Fantasy VII remake.
Really?
They're helping out with things like the combat,
Are they really?
which is making me a little nervous.
I didn't think it was that bad though.
It's really simplified.
Well, that's
But then again, the best Dragon Ball Z games are the fighting ones.
yeah.
You don't like it being so easy.
Exactly.
So
I'm
we'll
used to
see.
fucking Budokai Tenkaichi, where you have like 500 moves for every character.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Up in triangle, down in triangle, up in square, down in like circle.
And fighters.
Triangle,
versus
square, left,
fighters.
right. Like,
Yeah, it's just fucking everything. You hold them both, up and
Half circle, medium, and heavy punch together.
there's literally combos galore. Square, triangle, left, right, square, triangle. It's just like, to me, that's a lot.
Too many buttons. Too many fucking buttons, bro.
But for Final Fantasy, though, they are doing two different modes. They're doing a classic, and then they're doing a different
I know
one.
they're
So
not gonna fuck this up. They're
No,
not gonna fuck
definitely
that up.
um,
Hell no.
Hope not.
I like it. The dialogue for streaming purposes, though, unfortunately, is a lot. But at the same time, I don't want to skip it because I don't know. I technically
story.
could, but
it's the game.
to go with the story, though, I feel like I can't. Like when Gohan talks
so
to
hard.
Yajirobe, that was like 5 minutes
Goku.
of them just chatting. It's like there's
I-
a lot of talking in this.
Well, it's an RPG.
Oh yeah,
You should have seen all the talking parts in Fire Emblem.
Oh, I can only imagine.
But
That is such. How story driven is that game? I'd be willing to bet like a lot.
what Fire Emblem?
yeah.
Oh yeah, it's like all story. It's
whole
it's
thing is just-
it's a tactical RPG mixed with a dating sim.
I like it.
Not even
And then
lying.
does it again.
Graphic
It's
wise,
just like Persona.
graphic wise, I like it. Obviously, it's cartoonish, but it's expected. So that's cool.
Goku's head seems small.
Yeah, a little bit. Collecting
Like,
the
that's one
orbs is a
thing-
pain in the ass, though.
Yeah, like his hair looks a little funky. Like I know it looks right, but like there's something off about it that it
Mhm.
just doesn't work with me.
It's weird seeing
It's that Dragon Ball game they're talking about. What's the name of the game?
Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
Kakarot.
Yeah, Kakarot.
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 It does look
It's-
cool. It looks like I said, I was watching Dude play it the other day, and it looks a
Might
lot
be
like
his
I was
head's too
watching the
small.
show. Like,
Mhm.
It's weird.
It really is.
Because the last Dragon Ball game I played, Dragon Ball Z game I played, was Fighters, the fighting game by Arxis, and that looks unbelievable. And then I see this, and it looks good for a 3D cell shaded game based on the Dragon Ball license, which is
Mhm.
very hit or miss.
Yeah, they
And
could.
it's
This
just
game
such
could have
a-
been trash, bro. It's just kidding.
No, oh no, yeah, no. This
It could have been
this-
butt stuff.
I mean, it's kind of jank. It's got jank in all the right places. It's
Just
that
the right amount of
entertaining kind of jank. Yeah, exactly. It's the right kind of jank.
Yeah, I'm digging it so far. Obviously we haven't played it that much, but to see, I've done a bunch of the side. How much side stuff have you done?
Oh, everything.
Yeah, me too.
Any side quest that pops up, I play.
Yep.
It's a lot longer than I thought it was gonna be.
Oh, it's gonna take a while.
I thought it was gonna be 25 hours, right around. I looked on how long to beat. It was like 42 hours. I was like, shit.
Yeah. I've already played it for 4.5 hours, I think, and I literally just beat Raditz barely, and it's just like a little past that. I'm exaggerating.
Barely beat Rat.
Well, I'm probably exaggerating on the time a little bit, but maybe 3 hours ish.
Yeah, because I'm about 3.5 hours in, and I'm getting ready to fight the Saiyans.
Yeah, maybe I'm at like 3 hours. I also spent a lot of time flying around collecting orbs too, because I found out.
Do that.
So if you go, well, and we'll talk more after the stream too. But if you go to the character, you can upgrade the special beam cannon to make it more powerful.
Oh, really?
And that's what the orbs are used for.
Oh, I didn't know.
I found that out. I randomly stumbled upon it.
The game doesn't explain like enough to you. There's
No.
a wall of text while you're playing.
No.
There's a wall of text, and also, can I just fucking say, okay, the very first mission of the game is just collect a bunch of items.
Yeah.
As hard
And
as
then
you
there's
can.
like, it's just a fetch quest to start the game. I'm like, this is putting great taste in my mouth.
Yeah. No. It's
That whole quest with Nom was unbearable almost, where you had to trade items.
Yep.
You had to go all over the place and trade a bunch of items with people. It was damn near unbearable.
But yeah, I stumbled upon it because I clicked on characters, and on the characters it says there was like a button that says upgrade character, and I click on it, and it's like a Final Fantasy 10 like chart or God of War chart where you can you can make yourself more powerful. I can't think of what it's.
It's a skill tree.
Yeah, skill tree. That's exactly what it is. That's what the orbs are used for. I was like, that makes fucking sense. I was like, why am I collecting these orbs if they don't do anything? At first I thought they were Zen. At first I thought they were the money. But no, they're
Like the in-game currency?
Yeah, they're in-game currency. But no, I found out you click on character, that's how you upgrade your skill tree. Like, that makes perfect sense.
That's why there's like 500 billion of them all over the place.
Yeah, it's how you get more powerful.
Okay.
And like how you make the characters.
How long do you think this game is how long is this game? Would you do you believe?
James?
How long to beat says 42 hours.
42 hours to run through it?
Right around, yeah.
I'm assuming that includes doing the side quest because there is a ton.
Well, that's not completion.
Oh, it's not.
That says that's just basically like any percent.
You got to think though, you're going through almost 200 some episodes of a
game. No, you're going through 280 episodes.
Yeah, you're going through all the episodes of a show built into a game. So, like it even says, you want to watch Dragon Ball Z? Here you go, play it instead. Like that's literally what you're doing. Instead of watching the show, you're playing the show. And
you think it does a good enough job at that?
I think so far it's been spot on. Yeah, it's spot on.
Like the abridged version, because I mean, if you think about it, 40 some odd hours for the full game run through, but yet the series is like 100 episodes. Like how many episodes? 200 and something episodes. So
yeah,
it's like they cut a lot of it out.
They do. Like there was a part where you see Vegeta and Raditz. No, Vegeta and Nappa at the beginning of the game, but you don't see their faces. There's an episode where they're in a bug planet. For no apparent reason, they just want to go there and blow it up. At the end of the episode, it's two bug characters. They fall in love with each other, hold each other and kiss, and Vegeta blows up the planet. There's no reason for that episode.
You know why they do that episode, right?
No, why?
To catch up with the manga, because the manga was going on at the same time.
Yeah.
So they need those filler episodes to catch up with the manga. It
Or
doesn't
for the
make
other way around, for the manga to catch up with the anime.
Yeah.
Either
No,
way,
'cause-
either
yeah.
way.
Yeah, so
That
yeah,
would
you're
make
going.
sense.
Yeah, essentially the theme is, and I seen a trailer that like a trailer, a commercial says you want to watch Dragon Ball Z? Okay, here, play it instead. And that's literally what you're doing. You're playing the TV show.
Mhm.
So I like so far
It's pretty well.
it's hit every single piece. Like even like I said, the random stuff where Piccolo gives Gohan 2 apples, like the little pieces that they did in the show. So far they
I
brought
also-
into the game.
I also like. Have you found like the what was it? The momentums or mementos?
Yeah, the little pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have a lot of like things like
Dragon Ball.
pretty much stills from the original Dragon Ball series.
Yeah, they
Which
have
is a nice little touch.
they go rock that Goku and Krillin had to go find many years ago and drag an actual Dragon Ball the show.
Oh,
So-
That just makes me
I
want a
remember
regular
that episode.
an OG Dragon Ball game.
Yeah.
a bunch of
Again.
little Easter eggs here and there.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. I like it. I haven't played it enough. I'll be playing it more tomorrow. Oh, sorry, you can hear myself double. So, but I'll be doing that. I'm doing what was it? Monday, Tuesday, because Wednesday's GTA 5,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're Friday, Saturday, right?
Wait, what?
On
Yeah.
on DBZ.
Yeah.
So
Wednesday is.
Wednesday's GTA 5, right? Or is it Tuesday?
Yeah, Wednesday.
That's what I thought.
I was just playing last Tuesday to kind of see what I could
Oh,
do
okay.
as far as setting some stuff up.
So, but yeah, so that's it for the news wise. That's not it for the news. That's it for the news, guys. Dragon Ball Z. That's a podcast.
News.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's
Sub
it
1
for
hour.
Podcast.
the weeks and the reviews. So let's get into some news, boys. Let's start with a good old Nintendo event, shall we, James?
And what Nintendo event is
All right.
this?
So this was the new okay. So this is Smash Bros. Mr. Sakurai presents a new Smash Bros. Thing, aka Oops, Too Much Fire Emblem. So people have been wondering who the last character of this fighter pack will be. Been many people wondering. People are like, "Oh, is it Dante? Is it Ukulele? Is it Sans Undertale again?
Who's
When's
it gonna be?
Waluigi?" It's apparently a super secret character that not many people knew about. No, not many people in Nintendo knew about this until today. It's Bailiff, the main character from Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Yep.
Oops,
Nice.
too much Fire Emblem. Much like how Dragon Ball Fighters is oops, too much Goku's. Smash Bros. Ultimate's oops, too much Fire Emblem. So, another goddamn Fire Emblem character. They look really weird in the Smash Bros. Art style, because with Fire Emblem it's more cel shaded, it's more artistic. If you say if you ask me, the colors just seem really flat on these guys, especially in the faces too. They look really not the best. They have a little trailer. They do a little promo thing where Bailiff gets fucking dunked on, and for some reason during the cutscene, they basically take a cutscene from the game, except they add voice acting, because none of the real cutscenes in Fire Emblem Three Houses have voice acting for some reason. But the goddess of Fire Emblem, Sothis. I kind of have to explain a little bit about Fire Emblem to explain about this. Sothis is a god of this world. She's living inside of the main character Bailiff. Yada yada yada. She goes, "Oh, there's too many swords characters," and I laughed. I chuckled at that. So you get to use not only this weapon called the Sword of the Creator, which is like a sword whip, kind of like Ivy's weapon in Soul Calibur, but you can use things like Fail Not, a bow. I think it's called Ragnarok, which is an axe, and then a spear to do some cool combos. You also have, as the alternate costumes, the female version of Bailiff. Every odd number is going to be male. Every even numbers female, and all the outfits change like depending on which house it is. So there's going to be the yellow one for golden deer, blue one for blue lion, and red for black eagles.
How many different characters are there in this game as far as from that franchise, from the Fire Emblem franchise?
8.
Jesus.
Isn't overall, isn't there like 70 characters in Ultimate?
Yeah, something like that.
Something
There's a lot
crazy.
of characters. It's coming out January 28th, so coming out soon. Yep, that makes 8 Fire Emblem characters. Then my eyes start glazing over a little bit because these events are great and all, and Masahiro Sakurai, the creator of the game, he's a wonderful human being. God bless him. But man, sometimes you just get to the fucking point. Like, he taught me how to count in binary. He taught us how to count with one hand. That's pretty interesting. And he's also flexing. He flexed on all of us hoes, saying, "Yeah, I got to play Breath of the Wild like 3 months early because I wanted to play it." And he was saying, "Yeah, I got to play Fire Emblem Three Houses like 2 months before it came out because I wanted to play it." So he's just flexing on us at that time. The maps, well, there's one new map that takes you all throughout Garreg-Mach Monastery, the main hub world of the game. Fun fact, 2 of the characters, Claude, my boy, and Hilda, my wife in the game, they're descendants of characters from the 4th game. That's pretty cool. Again, just get to the point, Sakurai. 11 new songs are added. New spirit board featuring the characters from said Fire Emblem game. New classic mode, where you fight a bunch of Fire Emblem characters. They also announced some new Mii Fighter costumes. So let's get to it. So the Mii Fighter characters, costumes for custom characters, essentially. You had Altair from Assassin's Creed.
Nice.
Which is weird. I'm surprised that they didn't choose Ezio. But all right. He's a sword fighter. They're adding a rabbit's hat because, rabbits are popular. X from Mega Man X is a gunner class.
Cuphead?
Yeah, Mega Man.exe from Battle Network, he's a gunner. And then Cuphead is going to be a gunner costume. And they're also adding a music track.
Cool.
From Cuphead into the game, the one where you fight the flower.
Oh, cool.
Then they announced the Dark Samus and Richter amiibos that are out now. The Fighter Pass is complete, so now they're adding. They said that they're making another Fighter Pass version 2.0. 6 characters are going to be introduced in this one, and the characters have already been set. So don't pester Sakurai.
I was going to bring that up.
Don't pester him anymore because the man's putting in long hours and he doesn't want to hear your bullshit. Back to you guys.
Yeah, I've seen that where he posted on Twitter. He asked players to stop requesting fighters in the game.
Yeah, Sakurai's done. He's sick of your bullshit. He'll add 7 more Fire Emblem characters, goddammit.
What's up, boys?
Yeah, he said
Don't tempt him.
He was like, guys, the characters that we are bringing into the future are already handpicked. So please stop tweeting at me, asking me to add this character into the game. It's not going to happen. I was like,
he's sick of your bullshit.
Tired of the bullshit.
He's had many times where he's gone to the hospital because of these games. He at
That
one
is
point
insane, though.
for I think it was Brawl, he actually had an IV drip in his office.
That's
so
ridiculous.
he didn't have to leave.
No. Leave the poor man a fuck alone.
He's doing his best.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So that's all from the Mr. Sakurai presents Oops Too Many Fire Emblems.
I like it.
Too many Fire Emblem.
Before we get into some disappointing news for gaming-wise, I'll go over some quick stuff. Continuing on the conversation of Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, the PC version has added a mod. It replaces Goku with the Untitled Goose Game. Yes, you play as the goose,
Honk.
as
Plays
Goku,
Untitled Goose.
and you fly on the Nimbus, you fight Piccolo, you fight everybody as the goose. Untitled Goose Game. I actually watched the trailer of it. It's absolutely hilarious.
They also, I saw on Twitter today, that happened like 3 hours after the game launched. By the way,
Really,
people modded that in.
that's fantastic.
That's dedication. I saw a picture on Twitter that says gaming has come full circle, and it's a picture from GTA San Andreas where they modded Goku into it, and then the next picture was they modded CJ into Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
I like it. Google Stadia is back in the news.
Oh God, why?
Why?
So good and bad. So obviously,
There's good that can come from that.
well, kind of. So as you know, Google Stadia launched last year, and we haven't really heard anything since it launched. Launched November 19th. Rather than buying the games on the disc or downloading them from digital store, Google Stadia streams games over the internet. The service launched with access to limited customers willing to pay the $130 for the Founders Edition. For those who don't know what it is,
You also need to have a Pixel phone too.
yep.
Yeah.
The platform's launch was extremely rocky, featuring a lot of missed features, games that were missed. Since the launch, they haven't really said anything, and early adapters who pre-order the game are getting really, really, really impatient, and they've been letting it know. So a lot of the individuals who were basically the early subscribers to the beta and everything like that are taking the Reddit, and they've lost interest and excitement over it. They have not been impressed, and they pretty much have given up on the unit. They are disappointed that they spent $130, and they can't justify why they would keep it at this point. Google hasn't really said much, unfortunately. They have not come out,
What
they
are
have
they
not
gonna
released
say?
stuff until
Are bad.
today. So in 2020, Google plans to add 120 games to its library throughout the year. More than 10 games will be in the first half of the year alone. The other 110 will be in the last half of the year. That's always plus. They didn't outline what the titles would be, but they said that you should be expecting exclusives by the end of the year. So they were supposed to have
exclusives.
They were supposed to have exclusives already, which that has not come.
Nope.
But they said by the end of the year there will be exclusives, as well as upwards of 120 games to choose from. There's a lot in store for the Google Stadia this year, Google has said. In the meantime, we hope our gamers are gearing up for some great news and game experiences. Towards the end of this month, we will share more about the games that are coming to the Google Stadia Pro in February. So next month, we will most likely hear more as to what Google Stadia is bringing to the table, in hopes that the people who pre-ordered it, have it already, didn't already lose hope, and say, screw it, we're not going to utilize you anymore. It's very, very, very possible. With that being said, I'll leave Sony to you, James. I always forget these stupid ads. Xbox One streaming is now available for insiders. So xCloud.
I've been doing that.
Go and give it to you.
Oh, you have been?
Yeah, I actually played Hitman and Gears 5 on it for about an hour or so yesterday.
Well, what do you think?
It's not bad. Like, it's not great. But it actually took me, the hardest part of it was getting an Xbox controller that had Bluetooth in it. Because
You need
the
a
ones
second
that-
version of.
Yeah,
What are you
the
playing it
first-gen
on?
controller. Pixel 3 or Pixel 2.
Nice.
Using my
Yeah, okay.
Wi-Fi.
Does it
Yeah,
seem to
it
run
was-
okay?
It ran consistently. That's all I can really say about it. It had about a quarter of a second to a half a second lag pretty much on every input.
Nice.
So like I first started out playing Gears 5 and like on a local match, and it was just difficult actually like aiming and then shooting and actually hitting something. because just the amount of like latency between my inputs and what would actually happen on the screen.
Nice.
But it looked
Shit.
good, and it was consistent across the board. Like the latency was pretty much the same no matter what I was doing. So
Awesome.
at least I was able to get used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Google Insider program is free and available to anybody. You have to sign up for it, and then once you are accepted into the program, you can start with console streaming preview, followed by the instructions to stream like Mark is doing. So it will be. It's just like an open beta concept right now, as the xCloud is set to be released in the next couple months here. So open to everybody, including the Nintendo Switch.
Hitman wasn't so good though.
It wasn't.
No.
Mark, were those the only two that you did?
Yeah,
Because I've also been putzing around with it a little bit.
What'd you think?
yeah, those are the only two I tried.
DMC5 sucks on it.
Oh,
Really?
Well, because it's exactly what Mark said.
latency.
The lag. If it wasn't for that, I mean, this would be fantastic playing DMC5. Still DMC5, so it's still great, but is that Domino's Pizza?
When do you think that once
Breadsticks.
that because it's still in beta, that you think they'll fix these? I would assume.
Oh yeah, I'm sure down the line.
You'd hope. Like
That when it
I'd hope
launches.
that they'd release a product that actually hits our expectations. I think that's why it's been in beta for so long.
And just
But-
pull a Google and just release it.
Yeah, with our negative latency.
Hey, negative latency is an actual thing, but it's not used yet in the Stadia.
A couple more things, and then you can go. So, Call of Duty Season 1 has been extended until February 11th. It was set
'Cause
to
they can't
end.
figure out what to do with Season 2 yet.
It was set to end this week, but they have extended another 2.5 weeks. It comes along with other games that have been delayed. It does not say why they're delaying it, but they say for best results, it's best to do that February 11th. New challenges, new rewards, as well as with the extended time frame, they're adding a crossbow. So that'll be very interesting to
I
see.
thought the crossbow was already in it.
Then Black Ops.
Oh.
Yeah, not
back
this one.
when, the explosive crossbow.
With the update that's coming for the extended Season 1, 3v3 game gunfight will be in there. It'll be removing the 1v1 gunfight mode, and it will be adding a new crossbow, as well as double XP, double tiers, things along those lines. And in Season 2,
Weekend.
there will be actually challenges you can earn by using the crossbow for certain kills, things along those lines. So the crossbow won't be leaving, but the game itself will have new challenges on Season 2 for the crossbow.
Boy, howdy, I can't wait for them to have a broken crossbow right in there.
It's gonna be great.
It's going to be fucking broken.
So speaking of delays and people not showing up to places, you want to talk about that, James?
Yeah. We're talking about the Sony thing, right?
Yeah, and then the game delays.
All right. So this is according to GameIndustry.biz. PlayStation is not going to participate in E3 again this year. The firm told GameIndustry.biz that it does not feel the vision for the event is right for what it has planned for this year. Instead, they will attend hundreds of consumer events to showcase upcoming games for PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. So, pretty much...
I don't know. I think that's so stupid. Like, why wouldn't you want to?
Stupid?
Because why wouldn't you want to use the biggest platform to announce and show off the PlayStation 5?
Well, here's the thing. All right, here's the thing, Chief. Nintendo has shown that you don't need E3 anymore.
Okay.
E3 does not need to happen anymore. Maybe for like smaller venues, smaller things, but if you're Microsoft or if you're Sony or if you're Nintendo, you can just host your own direct. And Sony and Nintendo have been doing it. You could have, fucking, I don't know, like 4 small E3s essentially a year. or 6 small E3s a year, instead of spending the millions of dollars that they do to put on this, to rent out this, theater room and have all this lavish stuff there for essentially something that you can do for pretty much nothing and just live stream it. So it's going the way E3's going the way of the dinosaur, and also I like that they, instead of spending the money to go to one event, they're going to be spending that money to go to a bunch of different events all around the world to give a similar experience. So I think it's a great move on Sony's part.
Yeah, I can see it. But at the same time, it's still the biggest event, though, for people who are want to play it and test it. So, I don't know.
Yeah,
that's
but
the only thing.
Would you rather have one event where you can get a pretty large group of people, or do you want to get 100 small events that you can get still a pretty decent size people playing your stuff?
Well, it's not like Sony doesn't have the money to do them all.
No, they don't. They do. They have unlimited funds essentially, but still, though, I mean, I think resource-wise, this is a smarter move on their end.
Yeah.
And also, it's probably because I'm sure Sony, and I know the reason why Nintendo was kind of dipped out of the E3 is because the ESA was more focused on the branding and that kind of stuff, the people that run E3, instead of the games and what it should be focused on. So that's why Nintendo dipped out a while ago. And they came up with the genius idea of having directs.
I guess we'll see how it plays out at the end of the year in terms of sale-wise. So Sony is projected to be the front leader by far. We'll see if it holds up. So we'll see if it holds up. Want to keep going on news in the realm of delays and stuff, and then Mark, if you want to talk about the games gone missing afterwards.
Yeah. So, Final Fantasy VII Remake is delayed. But literally everything got delayed this week.
It's been the year of delays.
It seemed like everything has been delayed so far, which is great for me, because that actually gives me some time to play video games.
The only game I think that was announced at E3 that wasn't delayed was Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Every other game has been. Watchdog Legions, Tom Clancy's Quarantine, all of these games that you're about to see.
That wasn't announced. They didn't have a date for that.
Oh.
Quarantine, I didn't think so.
Well,
Animal Crossing has been delayed.
Every Ubisoft game was delayed.
That has, fuck.
Yeah, every single Ubisoft game has been delayed until the end of the year.
Jeez.
Yeah. And then all these games he's about to announce have also been delayed.
Yeah. Final Fantasy VII Remake was supposed to come out on March 3rd. They've pulled that back, and now it is coming out
March 7th. April 7th.
April 7th, yeah. Fucking Polygon had your shitty website. Another game that's getting delayed is the Avengers game that came alongside the news about Final Fantasy VII getting delayed.
That's gone from like May to like September, October.
Yeah, September 4th is now the new release date for it.
Causing these delays?
They said that they're doing it for more polish, and I'm sure they have. That's what they're saying, but I'm thinking more of.
Like, honestly, don't think they're ready.
Avengers, I can see them doing that solely because it's less crowded in September. It's a lot less crowded in September. Final Fantasy VII, polish
can't
is
be done.
Yeah, that polish. Like, that's I can believe that because everything moves out of the way of that. Nothing matters. And then Cyberpunk has been delayed till September 17th. So,
yep. Also, I don't think that was done.
Probably not. And now they're gonna work their people to the fucking ground because they said in, I think it was this article, I think, that is it the Eurogamer article? There was one where they interviewed the heads of CD Projekt about it, and they said, yeah, pretty much we're going to make our guys work harder. So that's shitty of them. Fuck them. What an asshole company.
Yeah, because with Cyberpunk 2, I know Mark had the news, the multiplayer mode. What's going on with that?
That got pushed back to some point after 2021.
So not until next year.
Jeez.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
that
so-
game was slated in... Wasn't that supposed to come out in May, right? May or April?
Well, I thought that was the unannounced AAA game that they were working on.
No,
And
I
then
meant
it
just
was like,
Cyberpunk in general.
Yeah, because it was coming out right around the same time as I think.
Resident Evil,
Yeah, I
wasn't
think it was April. Yeah, it was coming
Yeah.
out like a week after Resident Evil, which I firmly said, "Fuck that game! I'm playing Resident Evil instead."
So, the creators, for those who care, the creators of Resident Evil promised that there would be no delays in that game, which I'm assuming is coming because they knew all these other games were going to be delayed. Because
Probably not.
they announced that before these companies announced their games are getting delayed.
I don't know about that one, but Resident Evil 2 Remake was delayed a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It was delayed a fuck ton.
Well, I hope,
So-
because the thing with Resident... I'm surprised, honestly, it hasn't, because they announced it like a month ago. And they're like, oh, by the way, it's coming out in April. It's like, what? That's
They've
super
been
quick.
working on it in secret.
Yeah.
The
So,
worst kept secret in gaming.
but pretty much, yeah, literally every big game that has been announced has all been delayed. Yeah, Watch Dogs Legions, Final Fantasy, Cyberpunk, Avengers, every Ubisoft game. Like, it's Animal Crossings. I think they
Animal
just...
Crossing was delayed at E3. They announced the delay. So does that really count?
Maybe. I honestly think they wanted to get these out at E3, get people hyped for 2020, and then realized, shit, these aren't done.
We're not finished here.
Yeah,
Like, we shouldn't have announced them when we did.
probably. Hey, work harder for the same amount of pay.
Yeah.
All right.
Like, they honestly
Here's
should have announced it
60
when
hours. Here's 60 hours or 70 hours a week. Work it.
Joy.
they did. So, yeah. For what was going to be an expensive first half of the year is now going to be an even more expensive last half of the year.
No,
Which is-
no, it's already going to be expensive.
Well, it's going to be more expensive now because all the games are coming out the last half of the year. Except for Final
last
Fantasy.
Half of the first part of the year.
No,
Middle part
we
of
got
the year.
September, October's. Those.
Oh yeah, I forget. Yeah, that's 9.
Yeah. And Cyberpunk also has stated, despite the delay, it is not to release a PS5 and Xbox Series X edition. They had said that they are currently not releasing an Xbox Series X as well as a PS5 edition of that game. It is only going to be a PS4
What is
and an
up
Xbox
with
One. So
I'm currently waiting for Todd Howard to announce the PS5 and Xbox Series X Bone 1 X edition
Version of
Skyrim.
Skyrim. Yeah.
Skyrim turned 9 years, 7 years, 3 years, and 2 years old
yep.
this year.
Yeah, that's true.
Speaking of games that have been delayed, we got an article here of games that have gone missing, games that have been announced years ago and haven't come out.
They just vanished.
Yeah. We'll start it off with EA's other Star Wars games. So, good old codename Ragtag, which was started at Visceral Games, and then the studio disappeared back in 2017, and then it was shifted over to EA Vancouver, and then everyone just sort of forgot about it. And that's pretty much it.
You know, that huge intellectual property that people care about.
Yep.
Next one we got is Shadow of Eternals. It was a spiritual
God, yes.
successor to the Eternal Darkness game. The only problem is that it was a crowdfunding project, and it didn't meet its goal, so the developer put it on hold indefinitely. And
God, that would have been so cool. Did any of you guys play?
I
that?
didn't. It looks really pretty.
Any or of that was spiritual successor to Eternal Darkness, you said?
Yeah.
Did any of you guys play Eternal Darkness at all? Are any of you familiar with Eternal Darkness?
I've heard of it. I don't know what it is though.
It was a horror game on the GameCube made by Silicon Knights. It was really cool because it broke the fourth wall. You had a sanity meter, And as that sanity meter went up, more shit would happen both in the game and outside of the game, essentially.
Was that the game with the girl?
Yeah.
Okay, I
When
don't
you went
know
through
the
different time
game.
periods.
Yeah, I'm familiar with it because Jeff and Dan told me a lot about it.
Yeah, like one of the things about it is like if your sanity meter went too high, it would start muting your TV,
Mm-hmm.
or it
crazy.
would turn off your TV while you're playing.
I mean, wasn't
Or
that
your
another one of the games where you had to plug in like controllers and shit?
I mean, you had to do that in Metal Gear Solid 1.
Yeah, there's that.
Psycho
I thought there was something you had to do to be able to get past like it was when like you were in like the Egyptian area. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I'm not super familiar with the game.
Yeah, so like it would mind fuck you. It was really unique for the time. It wasn't bad. It's a pretty expensive, mildly expensive game. It's still probably like $50 or $60 secondhand. Good, just try it.
Next one we got is something I haven't heard of, but it's called Spyjinx. It's a collaboration between the development chair of Infinity Blade and Shadow Complex, so people at Epic, alongside J.J. Abrams. They announced it in 2015 with a release date of 2016 for PC and mobile, but we haven't heard anything about it. So apparently you can still sign up to be a part of its future closed beta on a part of its website. So Spyjinx still has its website up. It looks not very good though. It's an Epic website.
epicgames.com/spyjinx. Wow.
Yeah, sign up now. Next one up, we got Bethesda's open world RPGs, such as Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6. They're probably going to be a thing, but we haven't heard anything about them since they announced them in E3 2018.
I know.
So,
well, they said that
That's an idea.
They said that Starfield was far off and Elder Scrolls 6 was even farther off.
Yeah, they don't want to ruin it, but like
they're waiting to because they were gonna build the whole idea around Fallout 76, and then they're like,
that's why they need to release Skyrim again on the new systems.
Maybe we shouldn't hype another game again.
It says with both the new systems coming up, maybe you'll hear something about Elder Scrolls 6. It's been a minute, so we'll see.
It's been
pretty
2
long.
years.
we'll see. That'd be nice.
Year and a half.
Next one up is called Hellraid. It was announced in 2013.
Oh, I heard about this.
Initially started as a mod for Dead Island, which then turned into a standalone game. And the development was put on hold in 2015 whenever the game failed to meet companies' expectations because they wanted to focus on the because the developer wanted to focus on the universe of a bigger project at the time, Dying Light.
Okay.
Dying Light is just a good Dead Island.
Yeah.
It's not
I like that a lot more. Next one up, we got Pikmin 4.
Yeah.
RIP.
Pikmin games.
That was back in 2015. It was apparently very complex and very close to completion. But still never heard anything about it after they announced After they announced Hey Pikmin in 2017 on the 3DS. Nobody heard anything about the fourth one, so kind of sucks.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll announce it at their E3 Direct. Hopefully.
Some year.
Next one we got is Tekken versus Street Fighter.
Tekken Cross Street Fighter, yes. Never
announced in
happened,
2010 for the PS3 and Xbox 360. That was that.
After the success of Street Fighter Cross Tekken, it was going to be a 3D fighter in the vein of Tekken, but have Street Fighter characters as well. They basically come out and said because of how good Tekken 7 has been doing and how Street Fighter 5 has been doing, they're not making it. It's dunzos.
Shame.
I see.
Next one we got up is Battle Cry. So it's a MOBA made by Bethesda.
Oh, so it's already dead.
Yeah,
but no one makes MOBAs anymore.
I believe you can still sign up for their open beta, which started in 2015.
Nice.
It doesn't look very good. Let's move on.
Let's move on.
Next one is
Like
Skull and
flat.
Bones from Ubisoft. You know, they announced it at E3 2017, which was like naval combat with Assassin's Creed components. And
Yeah, I remember that. It was
that's pretty much it.
literally a pirate game. It's literally like exactly what like Assassin's Creed 4 Black
Nice.
Flag was, but with the concept of Sea of Thieves, but with characters from Assassin's Creed. That's literally what it is. So I remember that. They had the trailer and everything, official gameplay.
Yep.
It looked really good. I mean, I would have played it.
It gets
Besides
Mark
the
Steele.
point-
Live venture version of Sea of Thieves with Assassin's Creed characters is what it is.
Would have been pretty dope if they could pull it off.
Yeah, it
I
would have
mean,
been.
but they probably would have made like 6 of them and then kept calling it the same thing.
Yeah.
Well, as long as they didn't have like the part where you have to like assassinate people, but like they have the adventure side of Sea of Thieves, where you can go around to like different forts and like steal the treasure and stuff, and like fight bad guys to defeat the forts. Like that would have been cool, without having the gameplay of Assassin's Creed. You know?
They just have to do it well. Next one up is called Wild.
Yeah, I remember.
Not familiar with this one, but it was announced at Gamescom 2014.
Basically, you could play as a bunch of different animals. I thought.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess it's an open world adventure game that you can be a shaman who can possess animals.
It was I think that was another Ubisoft game.
Probably.
Yeah,
Pretty
it was
wild.
It was another Ubisoft game. Now that I think about it.
It's a pretty cool idea.
Oh yeah.
Next one up is Deep Down. There's a PS4 Souls-like title announced in 2013. It also was brought up at TGS 2014, and it was supposed to have a public beta in 2015. But the interview with the producer, Yoshiori Ono, said it wasn't going to be canceled but reworked. But we haven't heard anything about it. Capcom extended the trademark of the game in 2018, but they said in a Eurogamer interview that it's not been abandoned, but it will be a possibility in time.
Yeah, Yoshiori Ono was the dude that directed the Dragon's Dogma game.
Oh, okay.
Good old next one up, Half-Life 3. I mean, it was never announced, but you know, back whenever Valve did their one thing back in, I think it was early 2017. Yeah, Gabe Newell did an AMA, said there's a possibility of more games in the Half-Life or Portal universe. So, you know, we have Half-Life Alyx, so we'll see what happens. Next one up, Dead Island 2. You know, they did a cool trailer at E3 2014. They delayed it to 2016. Then they lost their developer in 2015.
Hasn't been canceled yet, though. There's still
Never coming out.
possibility.
Yeah, who
Didn't they
knows?
release was Riptide a DLC or a whole game, but
A whole
also
game.
a DLC?
Yeah, it
It
was
was a whole
like
game.
different.
Okay. Because I remember
Equally
that
as
game.
bad.
Neither of those games were good. The Dead Island games were so terrible.
Finally, people that agree with me.
Yeah, dude, they're so bad. I also hate zombie games as a whole. So
Next one we got is Agent from Rockstar North,
Still waiting
announced
for it.
in 2007. Then announced it something in 2009 as a PS3 exclusive. Then they did a bunch of things, trading trademarks again, and then the trademark was fully abandoned in November 2018.
Guys, don't worry. It's gonna be the PS3 killer app. It's their website's still up. Last time I checked, like last year, that website's still up.
That's funny. 2011, they said it's still in development, but they they abandoned the trademark for Agent.
It
So
sounds
obviously,
so cool. Fuck all the Grand Theft Auto games.
What's the game?
Agent.
Called
Think of
Agent.
it as like LA Noire, but you're like spy.
It's an espionage game.
Yeah.
Cold War espionage.
they
I
announced it.
assume you're not stuck in like pacifist mode the entire time.
And they announced it 11 years ago, and nothing came about it.
God damn it. I love the Rockstar games that are not Grand Theft Auto way more than Grand Theft Auto.
Did you like Bully?
Bully was fantastic. Bully's
I
my
heard you
favorite
saying,
Bully's my favorite Grand Theft Auto game.
I heard you saying Dead Island was trash.
That is
Yeah.
trash.
Yeah.
I will
it's not
fight
a good game.
anyone on that. I will
Sounds
drop
like a
gloves
game.
and fight whomever
I remember
says
the
that.
hype for that game was through the roof.
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
because it
was,
had a
That's
cool
the
trailer.
thing.
I remember driving to 3 different Walmarts trying to get that damn game.
I fucking
Yeah,
Yeah, and then you got it and it was
Disappointing.
shit.
I remember getting that game
I
on
had a great
launch.
time playing it.
Yep, I
Yeah,
fucking
I got it
lot of
on
hours
launch
played
too.
that
I
game.
played with some friends, and
Yeah.
Wasn't
I
it
was
one of
like,
the-
"This is trash."
Because it was one of the first games where you could combine parts, and at least on the consoles, where you can combine parts to make different type of weapons.
yeah.
I was just so used to Dead Rising 2.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that
play
was
Dead
it.
Rising. It's better.
Yeah, I remember the hype around that game. Like that was gonna be the game of the year. There was nothing gonna be even close to it. It was game of the year no matter what. Before it even came out, it was hyped up like nothing.
Did Dead Island and Dead Rising come out?
Dead Rising was long before, I thought.
Yeah. Dead Rising was launched out for the 360.
It was much hype for Dead Island as there was for Anthem.
Vancouver. Or,
Like,
right.
Oh,
I
two
don't know.
games.
I remember a lot of people
Montreal.
were playing it and having a good time playing it.
Yeah.
I remember. I have good memories of that game.
Ooh, actually, Dead Island came out in 2011. Dead Rising 2 didn't even come out until 2016, which was the first game where you could combine weapons and stuff.
Yeah.
That was the
So
first one.
technically, Dead Rising or Dead Island then would have been the one of the first games you could do that in.
yeah, Dead Island. Like I remember the hype around it. Like it wasn't bad. I didn't play much of it. I owned it though. I didn't play much of it though. It was, but I still remember like everyone talking about it. This game's gonna be the greatest game.
Oh yeah.
It was
Like,
good. It
I
was
don't-
good when it came out.
I don't remember the like that game had so much hype. Like it was the same as Anthem.
It
was-
had so much hype because the E3 trailer was so cool.
Yeah, I
It
remember
was-
that.
It was that
I still remember the
rewind.
song.
Yeah.
Voodoo, you voodoo bitch.
Oh yeah, and they were like, it was like real time shots and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was really cool.
The Windows scene is like one of the most iconic things that pop out to me. But that game was
Right.
not like that at all.
No, it was trash.
Yeah,
I
that's
was
a lot of
so
people were
upset.
disappointed
I
about.
didn't like breaking weapons all the time, and it was
Yeah.
just so
Yeah.
slow.
It was kind of slow.
The physics weren't good either.
My problem was
Still
things
ahead of its
broke
time,
far
though.
too fucking
Oh, it
easily.
was.
But pretty much what Mark was saying, like making weapons literally every hit.
Yeah,
That's
you
what
do
I
have to
hated
be
about Breath of the
and
Wild.
everything's fucking-
There were some cool
See,
ones though.
I feel like that's a bit different though, because they're a bit harder to break, in my opinion.
No, I found them very easy to break.
As easy as Dead Island.
Not as easy, but pretty
Okay.
easy.
He says
That's
it
fair.
mostly easy.
Oh
That-
yeah, I was reading a list. Whoops. Next one up, we got Ken Levine's new game. I
Oh.
guess Ken Levine, the Bioshock creator, announced a game in 2015 as a game supposed to be highly replayable, but a small-scale open-world game with a science fiction theme. But yeah, it was a creatively ambitious project in an immersive sim genre. So as far as anyone knows, the game's still happening, but who knows?
Probably not.
Right. It's in somebody's notebook somewhere.
Yeah. Last one up we got is Phantom Dust. It was announced at E3 2014 as a reboot of a game of the same name for the Xbox in 2005.
Oh shit!
Uh,
I remember this.
Yeah, but the original developer closed down, so that's pretty much it. We saw some footage in 2015 that the game wasn't completely dead, but Phil Spencer stated that it was put on hold until we can find the right studio to handle the development.
When are they gonna remake Grab by the Ghoulies?
I know the name of the game, but I
It was,
can't
it was
picture
a
it.
rare
No idea what
action
that is.
Yeah, I got
adventure.
real quiet.
Yeah, I did. I was like, fuck. Okay. It was made by Rare. think of Luigi's Mansion, but different.
Ah.
Luigi's Mansion, but more combat focused.
So,
Fuck
But
me,
yeah,
I
that's
guess.
all those
I love
games
you,
that should have happened.
I'm sorry, I just don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
yeah, I love you, James. Speaking of BioShock, BioShock
I got shocked.
BioShock has listed a ton of job postings for BioShock 4, which implicates that it is going to be a highly reactive world that supports multi-play styles. Yep, a new BioShock is currently in the works.
Be a cool place to work.
Yeah. There are 40 jobs listed at this time on the website. The game will be made in Unreal Engine 4, for instance. There is a bunch of AI designers. There is engineers, things along those lines. There is a ton of...
So is it going to be an Epic exclusive?
It does not
Probably.
say.
Probably.
When the new BioShock was officially revealed, 2K president assured fans that it would deliver a powerful narrative and iconic first-person shooter playstyle. And it is said that this will be a very large world, a highly reactive world with multiplayer components. So
Wait, multiplayer components or
Yeah.
multi-play style components?
Style components. Sorry.
BioShock 2 had multiplayer.
Sure
Yeah,
did.
it was just a first-person shooter though.
So we'll see how
I
it
guess
goes.
so.
So if you're looking for a job, they're hiring.
All right, I'll make sure to apply.
Pretty dope.
If you
That
have
is cool. I think that game. I think the BioShock games are some of the most gorgeous.
Oh yeah.
Like as far as scene building and being like immersed in it, BioShock is incredible. I think the BioShock 3 is one of the most visually appealing games I've ever played. The ending, trash. I thought the ending was so dumb,
Agreed.
but
Now
Yeah.
they were phenomenal games, so don't get me wrong. So
The
if you have an
first-
Amazon Prime account and you have a Twitch Prime account, this month on Twitch, they are giving away 10 free games.
10.
That's a lot of games.
10 free games. Ape Out, Gato Roboto, Heaven Ho, Witch Eye, Enter the Gungeon,
Enter the Gungeon.
yeah,
That is a fantastic game.
and a couple other ones, as
It
well
has a
as
gun that shoots guns.
a
That shoot
bunch of
bullets.
add-ons for other games, including Rocket League, Warframe, Black Desert, Raid, League of Legends,
Shadow Legends.
Team Fight, Tactics, RuneScape, Fortress M.
RuneScape.
So this month they're giving away a lot of free stuff. So if you do have Twitch Prime, go out, check it out, and see what you can get for free. A couple other...
The games you need to download the app
Yes.
on computer to download.
Wait,
Yeah.
they have their own like launcher type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's
shit,
fun.
but you have to download it.
So
And that's just nice.
earlier this week, Valve mentioned the forgotten game and the forever waiting game of Left 4 Dead 3, which immediately started the rumor mill. Hardcore. Everyone, it's coming out. It's being released. Valve talked about it. Valve mentioned Left 4 Dead 3.
My
Oh
uncle's
my
Gabe
gosh.
Newell, he says that it was coming out tomorrow.
So they also released concept art, which confirmed it's out. It's coming out. It's done. 2 hours after that conference where they talked about it, they released a statement. We've seen the rumors to this effect. Unfortunately, Left 4 Dead 3 is not in development. We apologize for any confusion. Unfortunately, for now, no new Left 4 Dead is being worked on at this time.
That's such a Valve thing to do.
Love
Hey
the
guys,
internet.
you
Yeah, it's
remember
not
this?
happening.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
You're
Hey,
not
it's not
getting
coming
it.
out. Oh.
like, unfortunately, we heard the rumors. Yes, we talked about it, but no, it's not coming out. So, everyone's hopes and dreams were crushed for a Left 4 Dead 3.
Destroyed. Destroyed.
One
My
day,
hopes.
one day,
Mm-mm.
one
My
day, maybe.
dreams.
Not one day. No, never.
I don't think it would actually ever come out.
Why
It
make
will
games
come
when
out.
you have Steam?
It's true. Two more
True.
pieces. So, what do you do when you're stuck in an airport and you have a layover and you have your game console in your bag? I'll tell you
Well,
what you
my-
do.
Go.
My game console would be the Switch, so I could just pull it out of my backpack and just
Play
start
Pokemon
playing.
Go and walk for 4 hours through like.
No,
an
what you
hour.
do is you take your PS4 out of your bag. You know the monitors that they display the flight delays and the tracking on? You say,
Yeah.
fuck that. You unplug it, and you hook
Nobody's
your
watching
goddamn
this.
game system into that monitor. This
That's
is what
a real gamer moment right there.
this is what a kid did in Portland. He decided, hey, I have a layover,
It's OG.
and I want to play video games. So he unplugged one of the monitors that displays the flight delays, and started playing Apex Legends.
All right.
Good for him.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Oh my god, that reminds
And then
me.
he got promptly arrested.
Arrested?
no, he
That
didn't get
reminds-
arrested.
You're probably like, sir.
Stop. Cut
Yeah,
it
You got
out.
that, you got
Yeah,
that
it was-
international airport Wi-Fi.
It was
I know,
it was at
right?
4:30 in the morning, and he had an overnight layover. So instead of sleeping, he wanted a game. So officials found out he was doing this. They promptly walked over to him and said, "Sir, unfortunately, it's game over, and please finish your game and disconnect the console."
But I'm live, Mom.
Fuck.
They actually said the words "game over." Eyewitness
damn it.
who was interviewed
And then
said,
that guy just punched himself in the face.
The dude was
For
probably
saying that.
thinking, they were probably just like, all right, as they're walking over to him, all right, say something cool, say something cool, say something
Amazing.
cool.
Be clever. Be clever.
"Yeah." An eyewitness who watched the whole thing went down. So the official told the gentleman it was game over and politely asked him to finish the game and disconnect the console.
Yeah, at least you let him finish the game.
Yeah.
Right. Like,
You're like-
safe, bro.
We appreciate customers using our outlets to power their devices, but we kindly ask them to do not plug their gaming
Admitted.
systems into our international flight trackers.
Start making it so easy.
I'm actually,
Nobody
How else am I gonna
watching.
play?
I'm
Yeah,
actually
that's your
shocked that
fault.
it was that easy just to straight plug it into the
Yeah, if
HDMI
a kid
port.
can do it, that's your own damn fault.
Yeah.
Why did they get in trouble? They just said, hey.
I've
Shit,
never
yeah.
looked behind those trackers for all the times I've been at the airports. I've never actually are these are TVs.
I've never had a reason to check.
Yeah.
Like somebody could put like
Well,
a
these
bomb
are-
back there or some shit.
Yeah. Those ones, I don't know if you guys have seen the pictures, but those were like completely like anyone could have just reached behind there and unplugged
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, if you look
Easy
it up,
peasy.
I have it in my news thing, but it's just these monitors are just freestanding in the middle of the area. They're
Yeah,
they're
it's
not on a wall.
dangerous.
They're not on a wall. They're not on anything. They're just literally on like a
That's
giant
cool.
bracket in the middle of the aisle.
Hey,
I need
you
to
know?
use this.
So yeah, he
Yeah.
This is
Yoink.
mine now.
he unplugged their feed and plugged in his console and started
Like,
gaming.
There's a lot of dude. There's a lot of monitors. I mean,
Yeah. There's
Why-
tons of monitors
couldn't they
there.
been like, dude, just that hallway down there? There's nobody down there.
Yeah, like
Like,
this
just
wall
go-
is filled with monitors. Like, go
Yeah,
look
yeah.
over there.
Why
Yeah.
don't one of them like just change the fucking channel on the other ones, dude?
Right.
Yes.
Nobody's gonna miss one.
Let's accommodate the one kid.
Can you
Yeah.
turn this monitor to 3 so I can hook up my N64?
monitor.
There's no RCA outlets. What the fuck?
Ow.
Walker's dying.
Yeah, it just needs like 6 times in a row. But I saw that news article. I was like,
bless
that is absolutely phenomenal. And kudos for him too. I saw this and I was like, oh, that dude's getting
It's
arrested
vicious.
or something, or for like unplugging a
There's nothing
feed
that
or
says don't do it.
So, but yeah, they just politely said, "Sorry, son, it's game over. Please finish up your game and disconnect it from the monitor." And so we did.
That is super tight though. They let him finish. That's really good.
Right.
Tackle to the kid to the ground.
Right, tase him. Set the dogs on him.
I honestly
Give
can
him a
see
little
places
pepper
though
spray.
that would like surround him with cops, like thinking it's some kind of terrorist act or something.
Oh, yeah.
What are you putting? Like,
But
what are you?
this is also Portland too.
Yeah.
So
Right.
That would have happened at like ALX. Shit would have gone down.
Oh, they probably
someone would have died.
people probably can take certain places might think he's trying to hack into their mainframe.
Yeah,
Mhm.
or
You
like
know?
JFK.
Yeah.
Someone.
Yeah, like, no, I
that
just
kid would
got
be
kill
dead.
streak right now.
Yeah.
Fucking Detroit International, especially with the controversy that goes on with that place all the time.
So
What
Why
did
would
that
you want to go to
sound?
Detroit International anyway?
It's
Good job, kid.
It's one of the
TLDR.
biggest places, one of the biggest airports in the world.
Yeah, but it's not a great airport. I've been there. It's not a great airport.
It's not where you
Probably
want to
not.
play PS4.
Exactly. I don't want to play PS4
You're gonna play
there.
PS4 anywhere.
It's not DIA.
One more. Well, actually, I got a couple more things, but I'll skip the Tarkov one. We haven't really talked about it. There's a new game. It's called Escape from Tarkov, which
It's doing
Old
well
news.
on Twitch.
yeah, it's doing phenomenal actually. It's still in super early beta. $60 to unlock the beta, by the way.
No,
So
thank
you have to buy the game, and when you buy the game, it unlocks the beta. It's a survival Modern Warfare Black Ops 4.
It's like been in development for 5 or 6
$30?
years.
Yeah.
It's like Arma.
Yeah. So
It
you
reminds
have
me a lot of Arma.
you have to find
Me too.
food. You have to
It's like
raid.
Daisy.
Yeah. So you have to like go to the convenience stores,
So
steal
hard.
food so you can eat. You have backpacks, things like that, and you'd have to kill everybody that's in the game, or you find the exit. So essentially, you get kidnapped, placed inside the game, and you have to survive. And you have to find where the exit is, and you escape, and then you're free.
You
So it's
escape.
an action
Tarkov.
FPS, non-horror, like Dead by Daylight and shit like that, I imagine.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
lot of
that's
games
a
in
good
one.
vibe. Yeah.
And a lot of people are calling for women playable characters, and the developer says it goes against the game lure, and they are not
Expensive.
implementing playable women into the game. They apologize if this upsets anybody, but they are not having. It is the men is basically it's played for hardened men. So these men get kidnapped, placed into a world, and they have to survive, eat, escape, kill people. And if they added women, it breaks the lure. So that's why they're
You
not
know-
adding women.
Controversial response, but like totally good on them for sticking to their guns nowadays. Like no one does that.
I agree.
Like I definitely
also-
understand where they're coming from, like the females and everything. That would be super cool. Like obviously inclusion, but good for them for not just bending at will to the first people that are like, no, do this.
Yeah, they said it goes against the lore, and most importantly, the huge amount of work needed to create the animations, have the gear fit, etc. So,
Yeah.
That's too many buttons.
it really is. And last piece, they finally released the top-selling games of the last decade.
Can I
Oh, yeah.
talk about the
Not
oopsies
really,
real
though.
quick?
Oh
before
yeah,
we do
yeah.
that?
My bad. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, new year, new
Just some
decade,
montage, mate.
new oopsies. We have been blessed this week
I like
with
it.
2 oopsies. Which one do you want? Do you want 1 or 2?
Which one's bigger?
All of them.
Both of them are pretty big.
Uh,
What do you want first?
Number 2.
2.
All right. Y'all remember WWE 2K20?
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
You remember how much of a trash fire that game was?
Yeah.
The characters didn't look like the characters.
And the hair physics were all fucked up, and
It
you
was
know,
a Unity
stretchable
game from
limbs.
2007.
You face
Yeah.
through you face through the fucking ring, and yeah,
Well, 2K outdid themselves.
of course they did.
So this is a few weeks old, but players were finding out that once the clock hit January 1st, 2020, their games stopped working on PC.
What?
Oh yeah, I remember hearing about that.
So apparently, what happened was they didn't make it. Let me read this. Yeah, so pretty much what happened is they fucked up with something on the coding where it didn't recognize the year 2020 as a legitimate date. So it activated the
Basically, it was
DRM.
Y2K.
Oof.
Yeah, they basically said, "Hey, fuck you. This isn't a real date. This must be, a like a pirated version of the game." So, yeah. Actual games did not work on January 1st,
How do they
2020.
Oh my gosh, that's a patch. But
They
that's
released-
ridiculous.
It's
Yeah.
just a patch?
Yeah, that's just
Yeah.
a patch.
Okay.
That's so crazy. Though.
Basically, they got to send the patch to change the code of the game to fix the date.
How?
So all
that
3
hard?
people who were playing that game
All 3
were
people.
not able to play the game.
all the YouTubers
nuts.
playing that game for content.
Yeah.
That's
And then
hilarious.
also, the next oopsie
And what was the other oopsie?
The other oopsie is, you guys remember Grand Theft Auto 4?
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto 4 is pretty solid, right? It's pretty good.
Okay. Yeah, it's not bad.
Hey,
Not bad
guess
game.
what? If you want to
What?
buy it,
Yeah.
good luck. You can't buy it anymore on Steam.
Yeah.
Oh, they took it off?
Licensing.
No, all right, here's why. So, Grand Theft Auto 4 was released in the wonderful year of what, 2008?
Roughly, something like that.
Yeah.
2008, 2009 for
I
the
have a
PC
Steam
version, somewhere
key.
around there.
That's
They-
been activated.
Well, hey, you probably could still play it then. That was originally released for Games for Windows Live,
Oh
a
yeah.
service that was a monumental failure and the biggest piece of shit ever that Microsoft has shat out. Well, they stopped doing the Games for Windows Live. What was it, like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, something like that? They
Yeah.
completely killed the service. All right, no issues there, huh? Well, there was an issue. If you're selling games on another system, you still or on another platform, you still essentially had to create a key for Windows gaming, the Windows Gaming Live game, whatever the fuck it was called.
Games for Windows Live.
Games for Windows Live. Yeah, you still had to make essentially a key for that. Well, that service isn't around anymore, so you couldn't make a key for it. So essentially what happened is Rockstar ran out of digital keys
Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
for Grand Theft Auto 4. So they're like, we don't know what to do. We're just going to yank it, pull it from shelves, because you can't buy it. I mean, you could buy it, but it won't do anything because it has to talk to something else to validate a key.
That's funny.
That thing doesn't exist anymore to validate that key. So you're fucked. But if you already had it on your computer, if you already bought it prior, you're fine because the key's already been validated. But still, that's a pretty big oopsie on Windows' part.
That's fucking hilarious.
Waiting for those rare PCs to go out or rare Steam accounts that have it already on there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, waiting for that. And that's it for my news.
Okay, boys.
Oh, fuck. I forgot about the Fire Emblem DLC. Fire Emblem's getting another DLC. Fire Emblem 3 Houses is getting another DLC that adds a fourth house. That makes no fucking sense. You can't just do that next. That's not how it works.
So they finally released the projections of how much was sold over the last year, what the best-selling games were, the best-selling of the decade, and all spending together for gaming-wise. So, gaming revenue was down 13% versus last year. Hardware sales made $4.1 billion. Last year they made 4.4. Software, physical hard copies, 7.2 million 2018, 6.6 million 2019. Accessories and game cards, $5 billion this year, 3.9 billion. So which goes to the fact that digital is now, and no one's going to the store and buying a digital card for their Xbox Live. So, top best-selling games of December 2019. Number 20, Ring Fit Adventure. 19, Mario Party.
Yeah.
18, Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. 17, Link's Awakening. 16, Breath of the Wild. 15, Need for Speed Heat. 14, Just Dance 2020. 13, FIFA 20. 12, Red Dead Redemption 2. 11, Holding Strong, Grand Theft Auto 5. Number 10, Minecraft. 9, Pokemon Shield. Number 8, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Number 7, Mario Kart 8. Number 6, Pokemon Sword. Number 5, Luigi's Mansion 3. Number 4, NBA 2K20. Number 3, Madden 20. Number 2, Star Wars Fallen Order. Number 1, Call of Duty Modern Warfare. So, out of the top 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games were Nintendo.
A lot of people got Switches.
A lot of Switches.
So, top best-selling games of 2019. Number 8, Mario Kart 8. Number 9, Tom Clancy's The Division 2. Number 8, Kingdom Hearts 3. Number 7, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Number 6, Star
I'm
Wars.
surprised that's so low.
Yeah, I know. Number 6, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Number
Surprised that's
5,
so high.
Mortal Kombat 11. Number 4, Borderlands 3. Number 3, Madden 20. 2, NBA 2K20. And the number 1 selling game by a lot. Like a huge margin. $300 million.
Death Stranding.
Yeah, no. Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Wish.
So, with that being said, now let's go to the best-selling games of the decade. Number 10, Minecraft. Number 9, this is the best-selling games of the decade. Number 10, Minecraft. Number 9, Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Number 8, Call of Duty World War II. Number 7, Red Dead Redemption 2. Number 6, Call of Duty Ghosts. Number 5, Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Number 4, Call of Duty Black Ops Modern Warfare 3. Not Black Ops, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Number 3, Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Number 2, best-selling game of the decade, Call of Duty Black Ops. Yes, that
What
is...
the shit?
Yes. So far, out of the top 10, 8 have been Call of Duty, out of the best-selling games of the decade.
Wow.
So,
Yep.
number 2...
But they're not making enough money though. They need more money.
Yep. Number 2, Call of Duty Black Ops, and number 1, the best-selling game of the decade by a lot. Any
Yeah.
guesses other than James?
Modern
I
Warfare.
think, no, I think it's gonna be Untitled.
I know exactly
Goose
what
Game.
it is. I wish.
Grand Theft
I love
Auto
it.
5 is the best-selling game of the decade.
That's fair.
In 2019 alone, it made $595 million, grossing a total of $6 billion over the
Bro.
course of 7 years.
5M brought it back.
The best-selling game of the decade
Nobody was-
and one of the best-selling
time.
games in history.
It's the best selling game of all time.
Yeah,
So that
Crazy.
is...
that doesn't surprise me, but it's pretty crazy.
Yep. So kudos to Rockstar Games and GTA 5. One of the only games that I've seen who's held strong as well as it has for consecutive years. Still, it's crazy to think about, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Mark, do you want to talk about your 2 things? The extra,
Sure.
the non-gaming stuff.
Pretty quick. Discord had added text formatting to whenever you put posts into it. So if you highlight over your text whenever you're inputting stuff into Discord, you can do stuff like bolding, italics, strike through, quoting, spoilers, all that sort of stuff. So that's a cool little tidbit.
You used that earlier today, didn't you?
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty well. And then the last thing I got is it looks like a bunch of Bose stores are going to be closing. So approximately 130 Bose store locations located in Greater China, or actually, Bose plans to close its remaining 119 retail stores across Northern America, Europe, Japan, and Austria, and in other parts of the world. They will keep open approximately 130 other stores in Greater China, United Arab Emirates, and other local stores in India, Southern Asia, and South Korea.
Honestly, you don't need them. Yeah, Best Buy.
Yeah, they opened the stores because they wanted to bring an experience to their customers, but now they're saying they're doing the same thing, just in a different direction.
I went to the Bose store in Grove City, and I literally just went there just to like witness it, and I feel
It's an experience.
and I feel like that's what 90% of the people like go there for, is just to witness it. That's all it is. It's like lots
Just
of
to-
Mediocre sound. Mediocre.
Just to go to one of the
speakers.
theaters.
All highs, no lows.
No highs, no lows must be Bose.
quick TV and movie news. The Oscars have released their nominations. I'm just gonna go over the big categories. Actors in a lead role. Antonio Banderas for his Pain and Glory. Leonardo DiCaprio for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Adam Driver for Marriage Story, Joaquin Phoenix for The Joker, and Jonathan Pryce for Two Popes. Joaquin Phoenix
I hear
is,
that was really good.
I watched a lot of movies this last year.
and Joaquin Phoenix is the lead for that to win the Oscar, which would make him the first person in any comic book movie in history to win an Oscar for his role. So we'll see what happens. Oh, and they also have their deep talks of the Joker too, by the way, sidebar. So, Best Supporting Actor, Tom Hanks, A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, for his role as
Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers. Anthony Hopkins in Two Popes. What'd you say? You have to watch that?
Watch that, yeah.
Al Pacino in The Irishman, Joe Pesci, The Irishman, and the lead, Brad Pitt in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which I hope he wins, which that would make it his first Oscar. So, and going down, which I think is hilarious, Disney only has one film nominated. It is Toy Story 4 for the animated movie of the year. Which I'm
They didn't
shocked.
really come out with any animated movies this year.
Frozen.
They didn't really come out with any animated movies. This
Lion
year.
King. Which
Yeah,
but they're
they
not
have-
quoting it as.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
Yeah.
the Lion King.
Yeah, but was that really animated? I mean, they made a big deal about it not being animated.
That's true.
You know?
And I'm pretty sure
Not
that's
an
why
animated
the
movie.
Oscar people are like, I'm not going to deal with this shit. You can go take
No.
it somewhere else.
Just
If you want to be
computers-
animated when you want to be animated, then you want to be not animated when you don't want to be animated.
Original score, Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker goes to John Williams, which makes him the leader in all-time Oscar nominations with 39.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
everything he touches is gold. All of his scores are amazing.
Because he's the
It's
one
like,
that does
I
the
just
music.
start looking at the screen
Yeah.
and the music just comes to me.
Yep.
That and Jurassic Park.
Yep.
Pretty much anything Steven Spielberg or George Lucas.
Yep. So that he has 39 Oscar nominations. He hasn't won them all, but he
He's a
has
guy.
the most Oscar nominations in history. Best Motion Picture nominations: Ford versus Ferrari, which was the Christian
That was
Bale,
good too.
Matt Damon movie.
Gaming.
The Irishman, which is the Netflix movie. Jojo Rabbit. Scarlett Johansson was in it. It's the comedy about Hitler. The Joker.
I've seen the previews of that.
Uh,
Comedy about Hitler.
Well, in Jojo's Rabbit,
Such a
Hitler takes in a little
Such
boy
funny term.
and doesn't realize that little boy is a Jew. And so now basically,
Antics proceed.
yeah, so he doesn't realize he's that. And so now the boy's like plotting, okay, how do I kill Hitler but also be his
so it's
best
Home
friend?
Alone.
Yeah, so now he's like, how do I kill Hitler but I want to be his best friend because this guy is cool. So it's kind of like that. So it's a comedy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So in the trailer, they're doing a bunch of like stupid stuff. They're like dancing and crap. A Marriage Story, Scarlett Johansson and Adam Driver, which I heard was phenomenal. Didn't one of you guys watch it? That's what I thought.
Really good.
1917, which is the lead for this, is the World War I movie that just came out last week, 2 weeks ago. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and Parasite. Those are nominated for Best Movie. Really quick here. Maybe you can shed some light on this. Actually, I'll talk about it last, Nate.
Okay.
So, Bad Boys for Life, #1 at the box office. It is the #1 most successful rated R movie in Sony's history. It did $68 million. So, and because of that, as of today, #4 is in the works. And
Sony's had some bangers this year.
Yeah.
Because
Yep.
they had that. They had Once
Jumanji.
Upon a Time in Hollywood, Jumanji.
technically
Did Spider-Man come
Spider-Man.
out yeah, I was
Yeah.
about to say, did Spider-Man come out this year?
Yep. #4 has been inked, and Will Smith and Martin Lawrence are officially a part of it, and it is set to release late 2021. It is said that this Bad Boys is better than the first two. It is
Wow.
casted as the only movie in history where the third part of the movie is better than the first two.
Wow.
No Time to Die, the new James Bond movie, the James Bond song, which is a prestige song. It's always nominated for an Oscar. It is being sung by Billie Eilish.
Yeah, I don't know
Stop.
about that one, Chief.
No, I'm not even kidding. It's being sung by Billie Eilish. A lot of people are very upset because they wanted Beyonce, I guess.
Neither, please.
Well, I think Beyonce
Give it
would
to
fit
Haley
better.
Williams.
Well, no, I think out of if I had to choose either of those, Beyonce, her music sounds more like a Bond theme.
I agree.
I haven't heard Billie
but
Eilish sing,
Haley Williams.
so we'll see. But yeah,
All I know
she
Billie Eilish from is the bad guy.
guy.
God, that song isn't great.
So yeah, she is slated to sing the theme song to James Bond. She is the youngest person to ever write and sing that song in history. Speaking of James Bond, the producer says there would never be a woman James Bond. Same concept. He apologized to anybody, but James Bond's character is a man. There is no way for a woman to betray that character,
Yeah,
and it'll always be a man.
What the fuck would you do, Janet Bond?
I don't know. Well, the concept of having a James Bond woman character, but not the same name, but like having, but it still takes place in the James Bond world. The producers and directors have been asked, "Are you ever going to go that route?" And they said no.
Well, no, it gives them an opportunity to start another franchise, technically.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
I
the
can see it as a
only
spinoff.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
only like in the spinoff, the only logical way to go about that is have James Bond as the mentor, and then have him train a female.
Sony also released a trailer for a movie that may be in the MCU. I don't know if you've seen this, Nate. Morbius.
Oh yeah, the
Who
trailer
is
came out
Morbius?
super fucking. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think I saw you too.
Okay, so Michael Morbius. All right, the living
Is he-
vampire.
Yeah, that's what I
So,
thought he was.
He is a super notorious Spider-Man villain, which is the reasoning that it's going to get tied in. There's a lot of talks that there's going to be reference to Spider-Man or something of the sort.
God,
but
it's a horror
basically-
movie.
Oh yeah, it's going to be fucking great, and I'm excited. Like it's like if y'all thought Venom
guys don't
was
remember
dark.
No, I don't remember who Morbius is.
You guys don't remember him? He was like the guy who had if he would touch, it was the Spider-Man cartoon when you got home from the Amazing Spider-Man. Whenever he
Yeah, the
would touch
90s
his enemies, he would drain their plasma.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause
so
it was originally supposed to be blood, but it was a kids show, so they couldn't
Yeah.
do
Blood.
blood. It was so they changed
yeah,
it to plasma.
he had like little like suction thingies in his hands because they couldn't full blown just be like, all right, rip his neck off.
Yeah.
But all right, so Michael Morbius, essentially the concept is he's always been an outcast, obviously, go figure, a villain from an outcast childhood, whatever. But he has this like degenerative, some form of disease. Think of the same kind of concept as Kurt Connors. He ends up merging himself with an animal to fix this disease because
Animorph?
bats. No,
Lizard.
yeah, lizard. But yeah, Michael, he is a scientist as he grows up, and he's like kind of off. He's like this weirdish kind of dude, but like also relatively attractive dude. Like that's just his thing. Like Michael was always kind of like a lady killer kind of guy, but like didn't ever really talk to anybody because he was a real hard loner. So he works on this serum to try to cure. He tries and tries and tries, ends up failing pretty much every time. He gets so close, and then he just starts to regress again. So then, the way the movie's portraying it is, because I know the only person here that I think may have saw it was Jeff, but he goes to this place. It's not like Transylvania, but it kind of looks like Transylvania. It's a thing. But a bunch of bats end up swarming him, and his blood merges with the bats, and because they're all vampire bats. Basically, long story short, he gets these like retardedly strong like vampiric powers, and it looks like they're overpowering him a little bit in this movie because as far as I remember, because I watched the 90s one religiously. I was a huge fan of that because like Madam Web being Stanley's wife and all that shit was super cool to me. But yeah, all right, James, take a nap.
Sorry, I had to crack my back.
Oh, okay. I thought you were tired of it already.
No.
Okay. But yeah, so like he wasn't ever that strong. He was definitely a formidable opponent for Spider-Man because of the entire aspect. You can't really get too close to him because if he touches you, you're fucked basically. And I don't remember him being able to teleport. He had some kind of super speed, like he was fast because vampires tend to be fast.
Yeah, he sounds like a bootleg
Fly.
Dracula.
Yeah, basically he was.
Okay,
Basically,
so does everyone here watch Dracula Untold?
I have.
Basically, slightly more powered Dracula Untold abilities.
Okay.
Being able to completely like vanish and end up somewhere else with like that black smoke around. Yeah, like it's crazy, and he can like kind of read minds and shit. He doesn't obviously he doesn't follow the traditional. I don't think he does at least, but he doesn't follow the traditional rules of you have to be invited in, all that shit. But no, he's a super cool character, and a lot of people were like, "Oh, well, Venom was gory. It was this." I mean, it wasn't gory, not at all. Like compared to normal gory, the word gory, no, that didn't really match up. If this movie plays out the way it looks like it's gonna play out, it's gonna be. I don't think it has a rating yet because I think it's gonna be rated R.
They said
Pretty
it
positive.
It's very, very, very likely that it'll be rated R, and there is a ton of connections with this. So with the MCU. So at the beginning of the trailer, it's the first trailer for a Sony movie that says in associated with Marvel. No other movie has ever said that. And what makes people believe that it's going to be either in the MCU or in the realm of it, in the trailer, there is a poster he walks by that has a picture of Tom Holland's Spider-Man, and there's murderer spray painted across his face.
I do remember that.
If you remember Far From Home, spoiler alert, it's been out for a year. If you haven't seen it, I don't care.
Get over it.
Mysterio basically sets Spider-Man up. That Spider-Man murdered Mysterio. He puts it on a webcam. He says, Spider-Man's killing me. And it got released to the world. So now Spider-Man is classed as a murderer according to the end of Far From Home. And at the end of the trailer, the Falcon, or the Vulture, I don't know which one it was.
You're talking about Michael Keaton, right?
Yeah, Michael Keaton's character shows up and looks at it and says, "Hello, Doctor, what's with the long face?" Or whatever he says. But Michael Keaton's character from Spider-Man Homecoming is also in the trailer. Which then means that either one theory is that they're in an alternate universe where Spider-Man hasn't affected it, or they are in the actual MCU, which is most likely the case.
Not to cut you off, but I'll lose my train of thought. With that happening, because, okay, you have to be a Spider-Man fan to have noticed this or understand where this is all going. But in the first one, in Far From Home, not Far From Home, in Homecoming, there was a conversation with a man on the boat that had a scorpion tattoo. His name is... I can't remember.
Good name.
Matt Gargan. Matt Gargan is his name. Mac Gargan. That is the Scorpion. One of the... Scorpion and Vulture are two of the biggest names in the Sinister Six. Mysterio also happens to be part of the Sinister Six. Also, still speculation, but I'm confident Mysterio's not fucking dead. Period. Because killing Mysterio would be the worst possible move they could have made. So if he's actually dead, there's a problem. And then with Keaton meeting the Michael, just confirms even more they're going towards the Sinister Six, whether it's a singular movie or it's Spider-Man strictly against the Sinister Six, and that's the entirety of the movie, which realistically would probably be about 2 or 3 movies out, but that is 100% what I'm thinking is happening.
Yeah. They did say that regardless if he stays in the MCU, they are keeping Tom Holland Spider-Man, and he will then integrate into Sony's universe with Venom, unless Venom comes to the MCU, which that deal is still in the works. So we may see Venom in the MCU, we only may see Tom Holland in the Sony universe. Either way, there's a lot that's going to be playing out with Sony and Spider-Man in the next couple of months, the years actually. And in an interview with the director of this movie, of Morbius, they asked, are you guys ever going to look into the Spideyverse, a live version of it? And he said an endgame possibility would be to do a movie exploring the Spider-Verse and have it being a crossover with Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland, where all the Spider-Mans come together in a Spideyverse crossover like thing. Because of Spider-Man Into the Spideyverse, it opens that possibility. And then now with Far From Home, they talked about multiverses, things along those lines. So they are exploring the possibilities. I don't know if it'll actually happen, but that would be cool to see a Tobey Maguire concept. You're muted, Schroeder, if you're talking.
Yeah, that gets us closer to the pirate version of Batman.
I like it. That is true, though.
Pirate version of Batman.
Yeah, there's a whole series about Batman going back in time.
Yeah.
At one point, he's a pirate. It's gangster.
So,
let's move on.
Disney.
I'm familiar with Gotham by Gaslight, but I'm not 100% sure on that.
Disney-wise, who remembers Disney buying Fox? Everybody. Disney is finally dropping the Fox name. It is no longer 20th Century Fox. It is 20th Century Studios, and Fox Searchlight is now Searchlight Productions. So they have officially dropped the name. Going forth, any movie that you see on TV or purchase that was a Fox film that had 20th Century Fox will be replaced with a copy that has 20th Century Studios. Also in the news, who likes the National Treasure movies? Number 3.
Fuck the Declaration of Independence.
Number 3 is finally in development and signed on, and it is slated for September 2021 release. So
Nice.
we're getting National Treasures 3.
Oh, and that's just gonna be nice.
Star Wars: The Rise of the Jedi. The Rise of Skywalker finally passes $1 billion, making it with inflation the slowest Star Wars movie in history to reach $1 billion.
Took
a real long time, yeah.
Unfortunately,
bad.
It is also the worst rated Star Wars officially of all time. It is now rated worse than The Phantom Menace.
Oof.
Unfortunately.
Ouch.
Yeah.
It wasn't that bad.
No, but it is rated lower than The Phantom Menace now, unfortunately. Zoe Kravitz, who is playing Catwoman. Selena Kyle in the new coming Batman. She was asked in an interview how everything is going. She said it's going fantastic, and she feels that this will potentially be the greatest Batman movie ever made.
Hopefully.
So, big claims. We'll see how it plays out. The Walking Dead is getting another spin-off. Yay, for those who care.
No one cares anymore about The Walking Dead.
It is called The World Beyond. It premieres April 12th. And immediately after the season finale of the main show. Let's see what we got here. The new Walking Dead is called Beyond World. The show will focus on the younger characters who have grown up during the time of the zombies, but have so far been protected from them. They are aware of the walkers, but have not been in any contact with them prior to the events of the series. So for those who care about The Walking Dead, there you go.
The only Walking Dead I want to see anymore is like one where it's after the walker stuff happens. Like, they don't have to worry about zombies anymore.
Yeah.
And then just rebuilding civilization. Like, that would be cool. That would be great.
Who remembers what's his name's Tom Cruise's Jack Reacher?
Yeah.
It is getting his own TV show on Amazon Prime. Jack Reacher was a movie that grossed $130 million worldwide. They have been considered a box office success. the 2 movies that he has created.
That's so crazy to think that $138 million is
300
or
300, yeah.
Still, it's like everyone's like, "Oh, you didn't reach $1 billion. That's a flop."
Yeah. So, the series is slated to start filming later in the year, as he is currently filming the 6th Mission Impossible movie. But Tom Reacher will get a show on Netflix, so good for him. No one will watch it, because no one likes Tom Cruise. And last but not least, who recalls the meme of Daniel Radcliffe holding 2 guns and smiling?
Yes, this movie looks great.
So,
this movie looks great.
That has been a meme for about a good 2 years. And no one had any idea where it was from. Well, now you do.
Guns Akimbo.
Guns Akimbo is a gaming movie where Daniel Radcliffe lives in a world where a real-life online deathmatch called Schism is being played.
It's not really a gaming movie, though.
It's not a gaming movie, but it's essentially what's going on in the world. They play a real-life deathmatch where you fight to the death, and they randomly select people in the world to participate after one of the people die.
They randomly select people?
Yes.
That's fun.
So
you have 24 hours to kill someone, to kill the leader.
Yep.
Or you die.
So
how do you die?
You just kill him. In this movie, the guns that you see Daniel Radcliffe holding are actually bolted to his hands. So he has 2 guns that they knock down his door, they knock him out, and he wakes up with guns bolted to his hands. If you go to my listing or look up Guns Akimbo, Akimbo, you can watch the trailer. And from there, you will see exactly what happens and why Daniel Radcliffe in that meme is holding 2 guns.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty funny. It seems like a good time.
It does swear, but you can watch the trailer afterwards if you want. But yeah, essentially, he was supposed to do something with his life, didn't, and now he gets the door broken down in his house. They attack him, and they bolt guns to his hands, and now he has to kill the game leader of the death match to survive and move on to the next level. And it actually comes out next month, February 28th.
Looks fun.
So, but that's all I have.
Nice.
That is all I got.
Should we get to releases?
Yeah.
Or does anyone else have anything else?
All right, anybody got anything else?
I'm all good.
Okay.
Let's get it.
Releases for January 2020 between the days of
January 2020 releases, ladies and
29th
gentlemen.
and the 19th and 25th. All right.
.com.
So we got Tandem coming out on the 21st. Psycho Shooting Stars Alpha coming out for the Switch on the 21st. Lumini coming out for the PS4 on the 21st. Lumini coming out for the Xbox One on the 22nd. Football Tactics and Glory coming out for the Xbox One and PS4 on the 22nd.
22.
I know you guys are excited for that one, but you gotta wait a few more days.
I am.
All right, Sega Ages Shinobi coming out for the Switch on the 23rd. Earth Knight coming out for the PS4 on the 23rd. Mosaic coming out for the PS4 and the Switch on the 23rd. I don't even want to pronounce that name. Utawaremono. Mask of Truth coming out for the PC on the 23rd.
Exactly.
Oddworld Stranger's Wrath HD. That one's for you there, Jeff. Coming out for the Switch on the 23rd. Nate, this is for you and me there, buddy. Rugby 20 coming out for Xbox One and PS4 on the 23rd.
Okay.
Sega Ages Fantasy Zone coming out for the Switch on the 23rd. Okadabdabdoo Mask of Deception coming out for the PC on the 23rd. Didn't we just have that? Okay, that's cool. Nice. Warhammer 40k Space Wolf coming out for the Switch on the 23rd. Dreamball coming out for the Xbox One on, you guessed it, the 23rd. The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners coming out for the PC on the 23rd. Commandos 2 HD Remaster coming out for the PC on 24th. Lumini coming out for the Switch on the 24th. Orn, the Tiny Forest Sprite coming out for the Switch on the 24th. And that's it.
Movie TV wise, there's really nothing big coming out, unfortunately. Jay and Silent Bob, the reboot, comes out on the 21st. Zombieland 2 comes out on the 21st as well, for those who haven't seen it, which a lot of people didn't. For those who watched The Arrow, Season 8 comes out on the 21st as well, which I always heard those are good. Riverdale, Season 4, Part 2 comes out on the 22nd of this week. Big show. What is the other one?
Show.
I just literally saw it and I lost it. The Ranch, which is Netflix. That's with Ashton Kutcher. Season 4 comes out on the 24th. And Cats, from the people who brought you A Secret Life of Pets, comes out on the 24th to theaters.
Cats, from the people who brought you Cats.
Exactly. So that is all I got. And that is a cast of the pod. My dudes
Sure
and dudettes.
Dude.
Dab it. Dab it.
All right, guys.
You
So,
guys got anything special coming up this week?
yeah, there you go. That's what I was gonna ask.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. I was
Way to
just trying to
go.
break the tension a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, for me, tomorrow and Tuesday, you can see me play through Sekiro Shadows Die Jedi, or Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Gonna be playing that more. So that's my Mondays, Tuesdays games. Wednesday on youtube.com/BeBlade Studios, you can watch me play. Me and my buddy Mitchell play Yakuza 0, and then on Friday and Saturday on twitch.tv/BeBlade Studios, you can watch me play Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, as well as on youtube.com/BeBlade Studios, you can watch us play Final Fantasy VII. Still going strong in that game. Still going strong.
Nice.
Still having a rip dinger of a good time with that game. Not really.
Where can we find you?
And then you can also find me at Twitter at PeopleIHate10.
You're a bitch.
All right. Who's next?
What about you, Shrodes?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep tinkering away at messing with the server stuff and trying to just play with ideas there. Other than that, we have Wednesday with GTA. Thursday we got the Overwatch Battle Royale. Friday is Arc Night, and then Saturday probably just I don't know what I'm gonna do really. And then we got our show next Sunday. But other than that, nothing too crazy going on. I don't think so. But I did get a affiliate with Fanatical, which is kind of
Nice.
neat. So I have to
Good job.
figure out how to properly implement that. It wasn't really much, just flying, and I recommend maybe you guys could do it too. But so I gotta play with that and figure out how to properly use it. Aside from that, just chilling, mans. You can find me at Splash Screen Gaming on YouTube and Twitch. On the Facebook and Instagrams, it's Team Splash Screen, and on Twitter, Splash Screen G.
Perfect. Marcus?
Nice.
Cool. You can find me, Mark, on Twitch or YouTube at MarkDude701. I'll probably be playing some StarCraft on Monday, maybe some 5M or ARC sometime during the week. So we'll see what happens. Walker?
Myself, you can find me playing good old DBZ Monday, Tuesday. Then obviously GTA, and then Thursday usually we'll take off, and then Friday Arc, and then Saturday whatever really. So you can find me at everything Captain Geech 15 CAPNGEECH 15. And Nathaniel?
This week's kind of empty. I have some shit I have to do tomorrow, so I probably won't be on any sort of streaming or gaming for the next probably 2 days. Wednesday night, I hope to be playing some 5M with the boys. And then Friday should be Arc, as everything goes according to plan. The week after, though, which I'll go over more in depth on the next Sunday stream, should have a lot of stuff going on. Should have some games playing. I'm gonna go back to Call of Cthulhu next Monday because I'm busy tomorrow. But that, yeah, no, honestly.
Where can we find you?
Mine's super easy. Everything is just under YF Kitsune. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram,
All the
TikTok.
things. Ah, fuck
Um,
off. You said that just to piss me off.
I sure did. But yeah, everything at YF Kitsune, Twitch. I finally fucking got my goddamn Facebook stream to work properly. So head over to Facebook. Thank you. Head over to Facebook. Check out my page, YF Kitsune. It has a really shittily done logo at the moment because I haven't decided to pay anyone to do a logo yet. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Good shit. And make sure that you follow us on all the socials, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. You can find us at Level Unlocked Podcast. You can find us at the Twitter at what, James?
LVL Unlocked Pod. That's LVL Unlocked Pod.
You can email us like Mike Richards did at levelunlockpodcast@gmail.com. If you'd like to support the stream and want to help us out in any way, you can partake at patreon.com/levelunlockpodcast. Any amount of money helps. It goes directly back to the stream. It allows us to improve the stream, logos, titles, pay for it in general, and do bigger and better things into the future. So any amount of money helps. If you so choose, you don't have to, but if you do, we thank you in advance. And as always, we thank you for being here, and we will see you all next Sunday. Have a good night, everybody.
Peace. Peace, ladies and gents.
Peoples.
Later.